What's going on, drinking buddies? This was a pretty drunk one. 2.5 hours pounding booze, and it was a ton of fun. But before we get into it, before I tell you who was on this week, or if you haven't read the show notes for some reason, just a quick word from our sponsors, the people who keep bringing the booze. First and foremost, we are brought to you by our friends at Vinyl Me Please. Vinyl Me Please is the Record of the Month Club, the best damn Record of the Month Club. Every month, Vinyl Me Please features one album that is essential to the modern vinyl collection. Each record is exclusively pressed for Vinyl Me Please, and it has features you can't get anywhere else. Bonus tracks, inserts, colored variants, and it comes packaged with a 12x12 album-inspired art print and custom cocktail pairing recipe. Who can beat that? Awesome vinyl and a cocktail. It's month to month, no strings attached, cancel anytime. You don't like a record they send you? They'll let you swap it out. So to go to joinvmp.com/ANWD. Once again, that is joinvmp.com/ANWD. Sign up today. When you get your awesome vinyl, tag me in your Instagram or Twitter posts. I want to see what you got. We are also brought to you this week by our friends at Ghost Tequila. Ghost Tequila is 100% agave Blanco tequila that is ghost pepper infused. I talk about this every week because I love Ghost Tequila. You do some shots, makes you all warm and tingly inside. It really gets the night going. And in addition to that, it's amazing in Bloody Marias, spicy margaritas. I guess it's a Mexican mule when you do it with ginger beer and tequila. So if you're not in one of the lucky states that has Ghost Tequila in stores yet, go to www.ghosttequila.com. Get yourself a bottle today. You won't regret it. And I believe this is the point of the ad read where I have to say, drink responsibly. Hey, I even said it with a straight face this week. Last, but certainly not least, we are brought to you by our friends at Laughable. Laughable is the #1 comedy podcast app on iOS. Not only can you subscribe to your favorite shows, you can subscribe to your favorite performers. So no matter who your favorite performer is, you subscribe to them, they make an appearance on another podcast, pops right up in your subscription feed. Isn't that awesome? Laughable also makes data management easy for you. You can download episodes ahead of time. The minute you finish playing them, they delete off your phone. It's a free app. No ads, no nothing, no cost to you. Go to the App Store, download Laughable today. It is the best damn podcast app out there. You Android users, I know I've been telling you it's coming soon. They tell me it's coming soon. I believe Ned. So go to www.laughable.com, sign up for the waiting list. The second Android's out, they'll let you know. And now on to the fun stuff. This week's episode is half of the White Trash Comedy Tour. I got the pleasure of meeting Jeremy Moonbeam Pache and Brandy Brocato when they walked into my apartment yesterday to do the show. Sex stories, road stories, growing up white trash stories. This episode has it all, if you couldn't tell by the 2.5 hour runtime. So kick back, relax, pop a cold one, guys, and enjoy the show. Also, if you like these gentlemen, they will be performing on the 14th in Riverside, California as part of the White Trash Comedy Tour. The link to the show is in the bio. All right, for real, sit back, relax, enjoy.
Nobody wants you to be funny right now.
They just want you to suck that dick.
Okay.
Seriously.
No, but that really was my feedback. Shut up and get out.
It's hard to crack jokes with a dick in your mouth, I would assume.
Are we recording right now?
We might be.
Oh, that's cool. All right,
man.
cool.
Just go right the fuck into it.
I just wanted to get the bottle opening in it. There you go.
There you go.
Pour ourselves a little out for us drinkers today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for guys doing a day drinking episode.
Of course.
Absolutely. What do you usually do it at night or what?
Usually this is about 7 o'clock at night deal.
Give me this.
Boom.
Oh.
Well, cheers.
All right. Oh, castmates. Ugh.
Not good?
Yeah, whatever. My family, we don't drink for taste. We drink for effect.
See, I tried to do something nice. I'm like, I'll get the fancy bottle.
No. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I'll drink blue Carousel if I have to, if I'm stuck in a cabin or something in the snow.
I got some Malibu over there for you. I can swap it out.
No, I'll drink the
Yeah,
Carousel.
you seem like a Malibu guy for sure.
Yeah. You seem like a Malibu guy. Well, you were.
Maybe.
You were a Malibu guy.
Malibu Barbie.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! Come on now.
Holy shit. There's so much shit that happened off air on the before we even started. I don't even know where to fucking get in. I guess first and foremost, let's talk about the tour a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
The White Trash Comedy Tour.
White Trash Comedy Tour.
My mama's proud.
Oh, I bet. How did this come together? What all is going to happen with this tour?
You want to take this?
Well, our friend Big Liam
Yep.
basically was approached by a production company, and he's got a crazy interesting story and an even more interesting group of assholes that follow him around.
Yep.
So when they decided to get our little motley crew together, they thought, you know what, we might have some magic here. Oh, and we might have some magic over there, too. And so they want to put us all on tour. We got a nice little potpourri of different types of redneck going on.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
Imagine just the jolliest bunch of drunk assholes outside of a 7-Eleven somewhere in Memphis, and you've got a good idea of what our tour is going to bring to you right there.
Absolutely. A different collection, an eclectic collection of white trash.
Right, yeah.
I represent urban white trash. I grew up in Los Angeles. It's the South. We had slaves. They were Chinese. They built the railroads and shit. We were like 150 years too late. Pache here is...
There's always I'm pretty sure anybody from any, especially like middle and nowhere redneck kind of situation, always knows there's that one gay guy in every trailer park. He's got the nicest one. It's in the back in the little cul-de-sac. They call it a cul-de-sac, but it's really just the turnaround.
Does everybody's hair.
And he does everybody's hair. He's got the nicest pink flamingos. You know what I mean? His name's probably Jonathan. He leads bingo.
Absolutely.
Nobody talks about him, but everybody knows he's there. And
if anybody's seen Sling Blade, it's John Ritter's character.
He actually has a style he does called sling braid. Yeah.
They're always wondering why you're not in church on Sundays.
Right,
drunk yet.
exactly. Yeah, well, I'm doing the slut's hair on Sundays. You know that Kate Goslin sort of chunky highlights thing? I want to apologize on behalf of my people because I feel like we're the ones who really put that forward out there.
Oh,
Sorry about it.
you can't take that back. No amount of apologizing will make up for
Nah,
that
it
shit.
doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right.
This really should just be a forgiveness tour for that.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. Tour was too big for the poster, so we just went with white trash.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like Blue Collar, but a little bit more fun,
Oh, definitely. On Blue Collar, only really Ron White was the only one getting trashed during it.
Ron White. God love that guy.
We're just a spin-off of his experience.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you guys have any tater salad-esque stories?
Not tater-esque stories. I've got a few, actually. Where do you want to start? How about I start about the time where I found my phone in a homeless person's pocket 2 days after I lost it?
Yeah, let's go there.
All right, cool.
How long were you dating her?
I was not dating her. It was
just sex.
Yeah.
Purely
so at
carnal.
the time, I was living in Park La Brea, over like mid-city kind of area. And it started off very innocently. I walked up to my neighborhood bar that I worked at, and I was getting trashed. And I was hanging out with my buddy, and this chick who works with us, she was like, hey, we're going up to Saddle Ranch. They're having a company party, like Christmas party. Come with us. We were like, free booze. Fuck yeah, I'm there. So I drove there, okay? By the way, 2 DUIs, okay? Literally, driving is my favorite part of drinking.
Careful, he's got 2 strikes.
Yeah, 2 strikes. I know it's a shame now. Now I just have to steal the Uber's car. So whatever, we go up to Saddle Ranch, right? And we're getting trashed. The last thing I really remember up at Saddle Ranch was having one of them towers of beer. We were doing shots, and I ran into some buddies. I was browning out at this point. My buddies were like, "Hey, we're going back to the house. I used to live with these guys." So I was like, "Hey, don't take a cab. You guys want to ride? I'll drive you." This is pre DUIs right here. Okay, I hadn't gotten my DUIs yet.
Yeah.
So I was in full-fledged drinking and driving mode. And I just to be safe, I was like, "You guys have been drinking. I should drive you home." So I drove them home. The last thing I really remember there was playing Mario Kart on the 64 and dominating everyone's asshole. Okay, I mean, I was just fucking killing everybody.
I'm throwing out turtle shells. I'm throwing out banana peels.
Goddamn right. You do GP, Battle Royale, however you want to do it. And I'm playing with Bowser, the slowest character. I will smoke you. Anyways, so we the last thing I remember was being there and playing that. I don't remember driving home. The last thing I remember was me looking up at a street sign and being like, Brandon, you need to move your car by 10:30 in the fucking morning, okay? Because I'm a responsible drunk, all right? I take care of important things like that get stuck to the fridge in my head. So I go to bed. I wake up the next morning, and all my clothes are missing. Like, everything I was wearing from the night before. I had a blacked out Kobe Bryant jersey, some shorts, some fallen sneakers. Everything's gone. The only thing, and I'm very meticulous when I drink. I do the same thing, or methodical when I drink. My clothes always end up in the same pile, right? Like, that's where I put them. And instead of my clothes being there was my car keys. Now, I didn't know what time it was because I couldn't find my phone. So I went over to my computer, looked it up, and like a G, I was up at 10:15. And I was like internal clock just woke me up. And I was like, oh, shit, I got to go move my car. At least I got my car keys. So I'm like scratching my head. I throw on some other clothes, scratching my head like, where is my shit? Where's my phone? Where my wallet's gone? Everything. So I go down to my car. I get in my car. I move it. And I'm like, okay. Like, I searched my house, couldn't find anything. My first thought was, maybe I passed out at my buddy's house the night before, and I maybe undressed there and then like butt-ass naked, got up and took my car keys. I mean, this is the
seems likely, maybe.
The train of thought I was going
100
through.
different things that could have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So I drive over to their house and I was like, hey guys, did I crash here last night? And they're like, nah, bro, you left like with everything. And I was like, fuck. So I drive back, right? And I'm driving around my neighborhood, kind of just looking for one shoe. I just want to see one fallen shoe somewhere so I know that I'm not an idiot. And I couldn't find anything. So I go back to my house and I like bang on my roommate's door. I'm like, yo, bro, you fuck with me? Did you take all my shit out of the room? He's like, no, man, I didn't touch your shit. So I'm like, what the fuck happened to me last night? Like, I mean, at least I had the common decency to keep like my car keys. And mind you, when I walked down at first, front door was wide open. So at this point, I'm like, fuck, somebody came in and stole just my clothing, That's the alcoholic mind working for you right there, okay?
Oh, right, yeah.
Wasn't me being an absolute drunk. So, and at this
Somebody's
point,
after you,
dude,
you're Kobe Bryant.
At this point, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I was abducted by aliens, and all I got were my car keys to show for it.
Checking your asshole, make sure you weren't pro.
Dude, my asshole was fine. It wasn't sore. I was looking for weird scars,
How many times?
The smell of lube.
Anything, anything. They would have some sort of space lube for sure. Actually, funny story. The only lubricant used in space is whale blubber, but that's
Actually funny. No, never mind.
So, I had to go to work that day. So I go to work and I'm working. I'm totally pissed off because I just bought this brand new iPhone 4S. Okay, spent like $800 on a 4S. Believe it or not, this is how old I am.
Now keep in mind this was 2 years ago, so this was a big deal for him.
This was a while ago. So I'm at work and I start telling my boss about it. My boss is like, "This is a mystery, man. We got to figure this out." Like he was fucking Scooby-Doo or something,
Right.
dude. So he's like, "What kind of clues do you have?" And I'm like, "Dude, I have no clues." I told him everything he did, and he's like, "Man, that's a fucking trip." So I was at the time I was hanging out with this chick, and she went home with me that night. And I did what anybody would do in that sort of situation. I got completely trashed at work that night and just forgot all about it. I wake up in the morning, and I did something that hadn't occurred to me in a long time because I'd been running on an iPhone forever. I called my phone number and hit star. So listen, kids, back in the day, okay, to check your messages on an old Nokia 51 or any of the old Nokia tank phones, to check your messages, you couldn't just click on it and listen to the message. You had to go to your box and go through the messages. And I had a bunch of messages on there, and I kind of listened to each message, pressing 7 to delete, the old school way. I get to the last message, and it's this guy. And he's like, hello, Mr. Brocato. I just want to let you know that I found your wallet last night. And I was like, ching, my first fucking
A clue.
Yes, I
Oh,
was like,
shit.
a clue. I felt like blue, yo. I was like, this is going down.
Now we're cooking with oil.
Hell yeah. So I drive over to this guy's house, right? And he found my wallet just lying in like the gutter. All my credit cards, my debit card and credit cards, like all just lying in the gutter and just all over the place. Now, a normal person would just steal your money and then throw the wallet in the trash, right? But no, this asshole had no regard for any of my sanctity of life. So he just threw all my shit in the gutter. So that I deducted it. This has to be a homeless person. So then I was like,
Just real quick, if it makes you feel any better, everybody in my family has their credit in the gutter too.
oh, yeah, fair enough. Don't worry. Mine
Exactly
is,
where you can find it.
Goddamn right. So, I go through the whole thing, and the guy's like, I just found it here. I found a card on it that had your phone number. I gave you a call, and I was like, listen, man, you're an absolute angel. Thank you very much. You come by my bar, I'm going to get you trash. He never came by my bar ever again. Never saw the guy again in my life. But I totally, if
He
he's
knew everything he
if he's
needed to
listening
know.
right
Right.
now, if he's listening right now, you come down to Cabo Cantina in Venice, I'll get you trashed. I owe you one, buddy. So I get the wallet back, minus the money. There was like $200 in the wallet. It's completely gone. And, a normal person would just throw your things out. And I was like, this has to be a homeless person for sure. So I do another loop around my neighborhood looking for clothing, looking for anything, any sign. I go to the Apple store. I walked in. I was like, does Apple Care Protection handle like lost phones? And they were like, nah, fuck you. It's $700 for a new one. I was like, fuck my life.
Is there a homeless clause in here?
Yeah,
somewhere?
Right.
somewhere, something. Come on, Apple, help me out. Can't you look at a cloud or something and like track it down? This was before track your iPhone too. And whatever, I walked back to my house, and I remember I was with the chick I was seeing at the time, and I had the money at the house for a new phone, and I purposely didn't bring it because I wanted to cry at this point. I was just so pissed. And I was walking back to the house. I lived at Park La Brea, which is right next to the Grove, so it wasn't a long walk. Now I'm walking past Pan Pacific Park, that park that's in between the Grove and Park La Brea right there. And I had not gone into the park yet to look. And I was like, babe, let's just go into the park. I got to check this one last time. Mind you, this is like 2 days later, okay? Like 48 days later. So I'm like looking in trash cans. I just want one fallen sneaker. You know what I'm saying?
That one elusive sneaker.
Just one elusive
Just
sneaker.
the Cinderella of my drunk experience.
Exactly.
Right?
Just something that tells me I'm a moron and that I just need to go buy a new phone,
I need confirmation that I got drunk and naked in a park. That's all I'm ever looking for.
Exactly.
I know Prince is coming with the shoe.
Right.
Exactly. Dude, you got to put yourself in my position. I was at a point where I went from completely responsible, remembering to move my car at 10:30 to this moment in time.
Right.
So I'm going around the park. I see these guys working. I'm like, hey, guys, have you guys seen maybe like a blacked out Kobe Bryant jersey or like a pair of fallen sneakers? These guys are like, yo, there's this one guy, Joe. He does all the trash in the place. If there's anything that's been thrown away, this guy has seen it. And I was like, awesome, where is he? And they point across the soccer field. He was like doing some like trash stuff, So I start walking across the soccer field, and I remember it's hot as shit. I was just walking across the thing, and my girlfriend goes, babe, look. And she points up on this hill, and there's this homeless dude. I'd seen him before, this black dude. He goes by the name of Shalom. He wears a yarmulke on his head and has 2 dreadlocks for the curls. Claims he's Jewish. I've given him money before, okay? Wearing my blacked out Kobe Bryant jersey, my shorts, and my fallen sneakers, like all of my clothes. So I roll up to the dude. I'm like, hey, you give me the cell phone that went with those clothes. He was like, I got that shit right here, boy. And I was like, oh, my God. I roll up to him. He hands it right over to me. It's completely locked because he tried to open it 10 million times. Drinking a fresh 40, like the clothes were already dirty. It was 2 days later, and it was already like trashed.
Well, to be honest, that's how I found him.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, you have to tell me, where the fuck did you find all my shit? He was like, that shit was just lying in the middle of the street. So my drunk ass, right after I responsibly remembered to fucking move my car at 10:30, disrobed all of my clothing, left every one of my fucking pieces of article clothing, everything that I owned, lying in the middle of the street, and then walked to my house naked with just my car keys and went to bed.
I wonder if you went back to your clothes to pick your car keys back up when you couldn't get in.
You know what? It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
You like walk to the door naked, just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My takeaway from this story is that I do not believe for a second you were actually playing Mario Kart. I believe you might have been on the highway.
We're going to play some Mario Kart, motherfucker.
I feel like that might have been what you were experiencing on the 101.
We're going to play some Mario Kart. On the tour, I'm going to get a 64 just for that. You ever play Mario Kart before?
So, I just think that you need to know a little something about gay guys playing video games. I watched somebody else play Princess Peach when I asked them to choose her for me. And that's typically how most of us do it. I just wanted a boss-ass bitch. And anytime that I actually tried to play Mario Kart as Princess Peach, I mostly just Thelma and Louise myself right off the start. Let's just keep driving.
So now don't let him drive the tour bus.
No, I would say.
Or the van or whatever you
To
or
be
the trailer you guys
I-
are going to be in?
No, we're not even sure yet. We'll figure it
I
out.
just got my driver's license. I got to tell you, because here's the thing.
just
You
got
get
mine
hand-me-down cars just like anybody else whenever you're, a piss-poor family from the middle of nowhere, except I'm the youngest of 7 because my parents didn't know when to quit, and doctors don't know how to tie tubes there. Basically, Missouri's where you go when you got a D in medical school. And so I'm the youngest of 7, and I got the cars last. So I remember the only time I did drive, I drove for a year. And I was completely stoned the entire time. It was a purple Dodge Neon that had already been wrecked. So, and somebody had written Jolene on the back. Because of that, I was kind of a target. So I got 2 speeding tickets in St. Louis. I just want you to know, for going too slow. They do that.
It's called impeding.
Little did they know I couldn't go up a hill any faster.
Yeah, right.
Because
Right.
this car had already been wrecked. And so then I moved later out to Washington, D.C. for a little bit, and nobody has a car there unless you got tons of money. It's really a useless toy at that point. Lost my ID, and I was so terrified to keep driving because all I knew how to do was drive really paranoid in a car that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That I literally used my passport for another 10 years.
No way.
I didn't
Holy
even
shit.
want to go
Oh,
get
wow.
an idea. Because when the hell are you going to have a day when you think, you know what? Today's a good day to go to the DMV. If you don't have to go to the DMV.
Yeah.
So, I looked a little shady for about a decade, and then I finally had to get a license. And,
That's funny.
I'm doing all right now. I'm hauling ass around sometimes in a church van because that's all I can get my hands on, just a big old druggy buggy. And, I'm somewhere. This is a perfect example of who I am. I'm somewhere in between get the hell out of the way, and then as soon as somebody honks at me, I'm like, oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I appreciate. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know where my mind was. So I'm trying to pull them both off.
The southern charm comes out.
Right, exactly. You know what? I mean, I got that like redneck, muddin', tough sort of like Brooks and Dunn mentality until I'm rude.
Yeah.
And then the PTSD of being rude in the South. They'll beat that out of you. So St. Louis is the intersection of gosh, don't you know, and total redneck Southern. So whenever you're rude, that's when that Midwest comes out. And, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. My apologies. Oh, God bless me, huh?
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
I'm from the part of the Midwest where people are still rude. I'm from Chicago, so
No, yeah, nobody knows how to be nice there.
Enjoy
Fuck
Khalil
no.
It's
Mack.
too fucking cold to be nice in Chicago.
hell no. We got 4 a.m. bars. Why would it gotta be nice? Just
That's
get
true.
trashed, go home.
Yeah, they don't even have cars. You got a great public transportation system out there. Really? It's terrible?
So it's great if you're in certain neighborhoods.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The subway train system is like, oh, if you live right near the train, amazing. If you live nowhere near it, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, that makes sense. I'll tell you what. I've met a lot of I'm from Los Angeles. I do not travel. To tell you the truth, what you were doing with your driver's license, I've been doing with my passport. Like I'm just like,
well, a
I'm
couple
just gonna
times-
go wait in line at the federal building to get my passport today. I'm not going anywhere, so I just always.
I wouldn't imagine you
Put
to
it
travel.
on.
A couple times you did travel. I believe you just said something about a DUI.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't leave the greater Los
can't
Angeles
imagine
area
taking that
very
national.
often. I mean, I've never seen snow fall before. I went snowboarding one time in Big Bear. It was 90 degrees out. I got a sunburn. It was the worst experience of my life.
You're not missing anything. Just imagine
That's what
rain, but it's like God's mad at you.
Yeah, oh,
And
no.
it stays there for days.
Yeah. And it looks like it's pretty when it falls, and then it starts, if you can vouch for me on this one, especially in the city, it starts to look just like mashed potatoes that have been in the refrigerator for too long.
But doesn't it kill off the homeless people?
No,
Hell no.
They
just-
fucking
they just
survive
get more
that shit.
aggressive.
No, I
Jesus
stepped
Christ.
in an icy puddle in New York City. One of the only times I went there, I was trying to see if I was going to live there. And on day 3 of me going there, stepped into a puddle that was deceiving, and it went up to my knee, and I realized that it was a lot of frozen piss.
Oh,
Yeah, and so that's sort of how it goes there. I mean,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm blessed.
Yeah,
You're not missing anything.
Good,
Yeah.
good programs for the homeless, so they make it indoors for the night, and then daytime when it's cold, they're just like they're coming at you.
Yeah.
And everybody's a little more pissed off in Chicago because, I mean, being from St. Louis, we always thought Chicago was basically just the Russia of America. Everyone's just consuming a lot of potatoes, pissed off and cold all the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not inaccurate.
I was going to say every person from Chicago I meet is usually one of the best drinkers ever. You guys are some great drinkers come from Chicago. Great tempers, positive people. They know how to treat their bartender. They're good peoples.
That's because Chicago bar culture is your bartender will rob their employer blind for you.
Yeah.
God bless them.
For example, I haven't lived in Chicago 7-8 years now. I go back to my home bar. I slap a 20 on the bar. That is for the bartender, and I drink for free all night.
Yeah.
That still happens.
Yeah.
And when I was living there and at that bar 4 or 5 nights a week, that was happening 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, drinking is a rich man's sport. You're going out to bars, you're dropping easily $100 just on yourself, no problem.
100%. I was at a bar yesterday, and my friend's like, "Why don't you come back?" I'm like, "Because I will drop 100 plus just on my tab tonight."
Just on your tab. God help you if you get drunk and meet some dude that you like, and and you're like, you're getting a shot too. Shots for him. I think I'm goddamn Frank Sinatra every time I get wasted.
I never went. This is exactly why I never went. There's 3 reasons I never went to the bar, especially in LA. It's exactly the same thing. First of all, I'm going to pay the price of a bottle for a watered down version of what should allegedly be in the bottle.
Well, that's ice.
Exactly. And the second reason is because all these women walking around here all day, every day. Oh, I'm a boss ass bitch. I'm a feminist. All that. They get drunk, and the first thing they're going to do is lower their standards so that they're fighting each other over somebody who looks like Kevin James.
God bless
They can be
them.
like a beautiful male model who's a doctor, and they're like, "Fuck you, excuse me. That guy looks like Chris Farley. Hey, treat me like shit."
Yeah.
And then the next reason is all these like businessmen, you know what I mean? Like they're just total GQ gentlemen during the day, metrosexual, all that. The moment they get drunk here in the bars, the first thing they want to do is like fight somebody. I just stand there in the back with my arms crossed thinking, who hurt you, honey? Who is it?
See, I have a thing for pool. I like to play pool. So there's lots of pool tables at bars. So I frequent bars because of pool tables. Every time I'm at a bar, I'm on the pool table.
Even in LA, though, if it's an LA pool table, it's like a pool bar that's like, that's their thing, is like, oh, it's like historic and retro, and we're going to serve you like quinoa-inspired pool bar food.
You got to find the right bar.
Yeah, there's that spot right across the street from your spot in Venice that like they got sawdust on the floor.
Hananos.
Hananos, yeah, with the cheeseburgers.
I got a great story about Hananos.
Go for it.
You want me to tell it?
Yeah, come on. You can't just like tease me. Like I'm gonna give you a little tug here,
All right.
little tug, and then
I'm gonna
I got a great hand job. I'll tell you about it later.
About the best burger I ever had at Hananos. Okay, first off, Hananos in Venice Beach, California has the best hamburgers within a 1 mile radius. Now, look, when you're on the block, you can tell everybody it's the best burger in LA. It's not the best burger in LA, but it's a great hamburger for in the spot. Now, Hananos is a beer and wine place. Okay. I wasn't even drinking there, okay? I was completely sober when I had this burger.
we believe you.
Sure, yeah, all right.
So, the story starts out a day before while I was at work. I work across the street at Cabo Cantina. We basically just squirt margaritas into cups for mud people there. It's pretty shitty. There's grass on the ceiling, whatever. So anyways, I'm sitting there, no joke, and this midget and her boyfriend come into the bar, okay? Now, this woman wasn't a midget, okay? She was 4'10", all right? I seen her ID, all right? But I called her a midget, okay?
I'm pretty sure even people who you would call a midget don't want to be called a midget as well.
Well, it's just a little person that was upset. But anyways, okay?
I mean, what's she gonna do about it?
Yeah, that's what I thought, okay? So that's what I thought. So... And really, they both tried to skate past me. She looked very young, her and her boyfriend. They tried to just walk right past me.
I'm going to ask you real quick. Sorry, did they literally try to skate past you? Because that's an extra element on this story here.
They just tried to scurry past me.
Okay.
They did. Yeah, sorry.
Because if they're wearing rollerblades, I mean...
No.
And rollerblades and like sawdust on the floor, that wouldn't end well.
You would be surprised how many people came in. This is at Cabo, no sawdust on the floor. So they come skating by, and I'm like, hey, I need to see your 2 IDs. And the girl was like, both of us? And I was like, yeah, especially you, midget. Show me your ID, And she was like, well, do you want to see my hands too? And I was like, is that like a thing? Do people ask to see your hands when they call you a midget? And she was like, yeah, normally they do it. I was like, look, you can just give me your ID. I'll take a gander at him while you give me your ID, you know? So she's kind of like pissed off at me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. You know, like, your mouth got you in trouble again, Brandon. So she hands me her ID. I look at it. She's of age, 4'10". Immediately, I'm like, listen, bitch, you're not a midget, okay? You can't get too mad at me about this, all right? And I'll tell you the truth, okay? First off, I, like, checked her ID. I sat her and her boyfriend down. I was like, look, I'm sorry I called you a midget. I'm a comedian. I think I'm funny. I bought her and her boyfriend drinks, okay? Thought nothing of it. They were totally cool. She was totally cool about it. They go upstairs. I didn't see them again for the rest of the night. I get off of work that day. It was a day shift. The next day I have to close. I come back to work the next day. I check in with work. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go get a burger at Hanano's. I'll be right back. My boss is like, no problem. So I go across the street. I order the burger, and I go outside. I'm talking to the door guy, Griff. And Griff, who's a G, we're just sitting out there shooting the shit. They're cooking my burger inside. And no joke, who comes walking up the street by herself the next day but the midget? So naturally, I'm like, hey, it's the midget, you know? And she comes up to me. She's all drunk, and she's like, how dare you? How dare you? I just got you fired at your work. And I was like, oh, I just checked in at work. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't get fired over it. Like, I've done a lot worse shit than this, you know? Like, I'm not, and I just started to I was like, look, I'm sorry, okay? Like, and she was like, no, you are so disrespectful. I am a stunt person. I am in the stunt guild. And I was like, what, the lollipop guild? Like, shut up. Like, she's just yelling at me. And she was like, that man last night was the love of my life. And I spent last night bawling alone. She starts crying. And I was like, I mean, normally this is a fantasy for me because, like, normally I'd love to, like, fuck a midget, but I totally blown it with this one, you know? And not to mention, her boyfriend was black, okay? So it's not like you meet the midget of your dreams and find out she's into black dudes. It's like, I know my dick's gonna look huge in your hands, but not as big as his. You're, like, ruining the whole goddamn fantasy here, lady.
Hey, she could still fist your asshole really easy.
That's okay. I would have been into it. I seen her hands. She got little hands, you know?
That's why she wanted you to see it.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I got a fetish. So anyways.
I'm happy to help.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm apologizing, and I'm like, I don't know what to say to this lady because all I did was call her a midget. And out of nowhere, she just jumps up and cracks me across the face, like hard. And at that point, I was like, all right, midget, I'm done with your bullshit. Fuck you. I'm sorry I ruined your life. I'm going to go inside and eat my burger. So I go inside, right? And my ego's all bruised. I don't know if you've ever been scolded by a midget, but it makes you feel pretty small.
Who hasn't been there? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
once or twice, maybe.
So I go inside, and she's outside. She's trying to get into the bar, and Griff's like, all right, lady, I think you had enough to drink. You just assaulted a customer. Like, it's time for you to move on. She was outside just, like, pointing at me and yelling at Griff, and I was just eating this burger. I remember how delicious. It was the best burger I ever had at Hanano's. And no joke.
There it is. Okay.
No joke. She tries to run under Griff's fucking legs. And she was wearing a backpack, and Griff just grabbed her by the backpack and, like, chucked her into the street. It was absolutely amazing. It was totally worth the slap. It was great.
So sometimes people are like, I don't understand how, you can be redneck and you're not from a redneck state. And I just want to point at this story real quick and let you know that it transcends time and space.
Alive and well in Los Angeles.
Right.
California.
To be a redneck really just takes a lack of education further than the University of Phoenix Online.
Yep, it's a social economical situation.
Right.
Pretty much, I mean,
it's just when you don't know how to act.
Hey, when you know you're useless, you're just fucking, you're useless. You grow up in LA and you just kind of get the point where you're just like, I'm just absolute garbage. I'm just trash. It's just where you're going to be, Brandon. That's the way it is. I'm not from Beverly Hills. I never will be.
Mama used to tell me every party needs a theme. You know what I mean? That's all you got to think about it as.
And it's funny. I went to the same high school as Stephen Miller.
Oh, Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Oh, that's before Santa Monica was all fancy and shit, right?
Well, okay, so it was becoming fancy. It got rebuilt after the earthquake. We got to remember I'm 37, so when I graduated in 99, he was about 3 years behind me, and that kid was a fucking little punk. If I had ever met that kid, I totally would have beat him up, hit him in his giant cranium. But
you probably would have hurt your hand.
No. On that little soft little motherfucker, no.
Oh, no. I'm sure that skull is fucking hard.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. That's for sure. But concrete's
all right, y'all,
harder.
calm down.
I don't like that kid. Anyways, we can go on record. But No, but back in the day when I was a kid, I grew up I'm from the San Fernando Valley originally. My parents are from Burbank, nice little town up north. And actually, at the time, my parents thought it was a good idea to buy a condo in Pacoima. So I was living in Pacoima, and I was getting bussed into Santa Monica because I was a poor kid on permit.
See, I was just going to say, I went to a nice fancy high school when we finally got the money together to move up to St. Louis. And the only way we were able to keep our rent up was that I was pulled out of class regularly so I could go clean my classmates' houses, pretend I was sick that day. And I'll tell you, anytime there's a fancy high school, all you got to do is get bussed in. And they'll do it on purpose because even at a fancy high school, everybody needs somebody to be better than. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I was happy. Yeah, I was happy to step up. It was a free bus ride.
Oh, I knew who I was. I remember because my name was Brandon and Beverly Hills 90210 was on. But I was living the life of Gabriel Contreras. Okay? Because Gabriel Contreras was literally being bussed into Beverly Hills from Pacoima.
Hell, you were cleaning her house.
I knew I was trash right from the beginning. I was watching that show, seeing the parallels. It's funny, I worked at Johnny Rockets on 3rd Street Promenade. I was like 19. And I remember this like Persian guy was like, Brandon, and you work at the burger place like Beverly Hills 90210. And I was like, yeah, you're real fucking funny.
Yeah,
bro.
no, you're the Brandon who sold Brandon his drugs in high school.
Pretty much. Right. Yeah.
I'm sure you fucked a couple girls that just wanted to piss off their parents, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, let me tell you, there is nothing better than that. I mean, I was such a pusher in high school. It's real nice to be the piece of trash there because everybody wants to be friends with you. It's like being a smoker. Nobody wants to hang out with you until they're drunk.
I didn't get cool till after high school. I had a bowl cut. I was fat. I wore glasses. I got no pussy in high school.
Well, I didn't either, but I was quite cool.
Well, you didn't like pussy.
I'll tell you that. I was plenty cool. But yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely Will and Grace had come out, so everybody wanted the gay friend. But I'll tell you what, I was the biggest disappointment in the world. I hated that shit so much. They had Will and Grace, and they had Queer Eye for the straight guy, and they'd hang out with me. One time, she was a total bitch to me, but she wanted to be good friends with a gay guy, and she was like, let's go shopping. Now, keep in mind, I can barely keep my cool together whenever I see the prices at Goodwill. If I have to spend more on a shirt than I have to do on a pack of Pall Malls, fuck that shirt. I'll wait till it goes on sale. So she wants me to go shopping. She takes me to the mall to this portion. It's called Nordstrom. I've never even been into this place before. She's like, we got to find something. And I was so mad at her, but at the same time, I said, let's fuck with this girl. So I go over to the maternity section while she's not looking, and I bought literally what could be described as a zebra print muumuu. And I brought it over to her, and I was like, you got to throw this on right now. I mean, and she threw it on. She was like, oh my God, this looks terrible on me. It's like boxy. I said, oh, okay.
Was she a big girl?
Yeah. And I said,
so you were helping her out.
I said, do you want to wear what you think looks good?
Yeah.
If you want to wear what the gay guy you brought to the mall tells you look good. I swear. She wore that shit once a week until it was bare thin.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I said, try it again. We never went shopping again.
Oh, that's great.
I was hoping you picked out her prom dress, too.
Yeah,
Lord.
right.
I don't think anybody invited the girl who wears a muumuu to prom.
I figured you went with her to prom.
Yeah. That did happen quite a few times, I'll tell you that.
Did girls actually try to drag you to prom a couple times?
Oh, I went to prom all 4 years because of the fruit flies.
I didn't go to prom once. I did a bunch of acid the night of prom.
You didn't make it?
No, yeah, I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, dude,
nice.
I used to love the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I lost my virginity at the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
the
that's
one on
wonderful.
Newark on Santa Monica
Yeah,
Boulevard.
I think I found it in one of the seats. It was kind of sticky.
I bet you did.
There it is.
I bet you did. I actually didn't finish. I did enter her. I ended up going back to her place and banging her, but there was full on penetration. It was full on sex, but I wasn't able to finish. The seats were so awkward. And
Oh yeah.
Which cast member was she dressed up as?
She wasn't dressed up as any cast member. Actually,
she was when you were done with her.
Her name was Molly. She was like this super gorgeous. She was like skinny, like goth girl. She had like this like butterfly kind of like face makeup shit on. Oh my God, she was like the woman of my dreams.
Molly from Hot Topic.
And she literally, yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
And she literally was like, you. And I remember at the time I was.
You finished right when she said that?
What? No.
It was the second load that he tried to
Right, exactly.
No joke. Actually, when I took her home and fucked her, I fucked her like a stud. I had porn back then, so I literally was like, I knew what to do, and I fucking did it. I didn't even tell her.
glad you didn't.
Pro tip, don't do what you see in porn.
Oh, no.
Well, and don't do what you do in Rocky Horror Picture Show either.
This was early porn, This was before incest took over.
I'm just saying, porn is supposed to be aesthetically pleasing, not necessarily comfortable.
I don't know.
This is
if Pache's parents would have watched porn, fucking, they would have realized that if your dad would have fucked her in the butt, there'd be no baby.
We're such a fertile people. I think she got pregnant by watching with his.
I'm telling you
soap.
right now, I fucked a lot of Mexicans in the butt, and they still don't get pregnant.
Nah,
Well, you just got to make sure they're not on their stomach, and when you pull out, that it doesn't drip down.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly,
my father was a gigolo before he met my mother, and so I think that basically she washed with the same detergent. Really, is all it was. At that point, I mean, I was number 7.
Oh, better than being a juggalo, you know. But Insane Clown Posse wasn't around back then, right?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I missed the boat on Insane Clown Posse. Oh,
Speaking
Lord.
of ICP, the craziest shit ever is Violent J's daughter is a fucking furry.
Really?
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to, unfortunately, let you know I've misplaced my surprise face, so you'll just have to deal with an eye roll instead.
Okay.
What? What?
They did like
Wait,
some fucking...
she dresses like a furry?
She is a furry.
Or she likes to fuck furries?
She is a furry.
Okay.
And they put out a video.
I like Bush.
This is a little much. She's like full on wolf.
All right.
I don't want to come in someone's fur and like have it all sticky.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, it's not
I love
that
it.
bad.
That's why I like the Bush.
No, I don't need my DNA being there that long.
Oh, that no. That's why I lick it off and then spit it in their mouth. That's my move right there.
On a furry woman?
Sure, why not?
Okay, well, you can
I'll pick,
floss
I'll
while
pick
you're at
the
it.
hair
I
out
guess.
of it. Well, that's it. I'll just use the hair.
If anybody here can be described as a poet, all right,
Not me.
it's this asshole right here. You really paint a picture with words, don't you?
Right? I totally... Oof. Gives me shivers. It's so vivid.
Lord, if
That's
I wasn't
good.
gay before.
But they did a video calling out some fucking online retailer who sent her a bad furry suit.
What do you mean a bad furry suit? What's
Like-
a bad furry? Like just
Just
cheap?
low quality.
Okay.
They're like, this fucking online...
Wait, this is felt
Wait,
at
they
best.
sent it for free.
I think they paid for it because they were bitching about the price.
Yeah, but don't you like see something for? Oh, but they did it online.
Right.
See, that's why I don't buy shit online.
You don't buy your furry costumes online?
I'm a large man. I need to try on clothing. Okay, I wouldn't buy jeans online. That's for
Fuck no.
goddamn sure. I need to find a perfect pair. Okay, like I remember when diesels were all the craze. I always had a fucking larger than a 36 waistline. I'd never fit into a pair of diesels once in my life. There was a minute when I was like a model when I thinned down when I was an actor and I was starving myself to.
You were
feel
doing
better
the
about
LA
myself.
diet of Adderall, a cigarette, and a cup of coffee?
It was the red and red diet. I smoked Marlboro Reds and drank Coca-Cola, and that's all. That's what I lived off of. It was just,
The bubbles made him feel full.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Welcome to Hollywood.
That's
What's your
it.
dream?
And I didn't drink at the time. All I did was smoke pot, smoke cigarettes, and just drink Coca-Cola.
No, I've never heard anybody smoke pot and pull off being skinny. Certainly
Right.
was not my
Right?
experience.
See,
Smoke pot, want food.
okay, but you have to be smarter than your brain. Okay,
I'm not.
No,
the
that's out.
reason why
That's out.
the reason why you get the munchies is because your digestive system uses 90% of your blood to digest food. So when your brain's fucked up, it triggers your hunger so that you eat something. That's why when you're drunk and you eat something, you can drive home afterwards because not all the blood's in your
Said
brain.
Mr. DUI.
Why, right.
Yeah.
First off, for the record, okay,
First
I've
off.
never been pulled over drinking and driving, okay? My first DUI was on my 31st birthday. They found me standing in traffic on the 101 freeway at Whitaker, okay?
Oh.
I was not driving. I was standing in traffic on my cell phone. I don't remember a lot. I read that in the police report. And the second DUI, I was sleeping in my car right out front of my own fucking house. And the only reason they say, I kind of remember them opening the door and pulling me out and just being I was just all right, let's just fucking get this over with. I've been through this before. You got me. All right. And I literally didn't have the keys in the ignition. They were like, it doesn't matter. We know you were driving. And I was like, come on, man. I live right there. And they were like, nah, man, look, if you weren't blocking this driveway and touching that car right there, we would have let you go. But we're taking you in. And this is how I know it was bullshit because I didn't get the police report back till a week later. And they fucking said that my keys were in the ignition. They added a traffic collision to it, all this bullshit. But those cops didn't even fucking tow my car. They fucking pulled the car back and parked it for me and left it there right there. So they were just filling their quota. And, I get that. I got caught slipping.
Typically, in my experience, you end up getting the full extent of the law anytime that you end up saying something to a police officer that starts with, come on, man. That's all you need. That's all you need. Next thing you know, they're planting coke on you. Come on, man.
No. That's the thing about living in the city is I wish I grew up in the fucking South or in another place.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
I'm sure I'm come on, man. They're like, no, right, get on.
Right.
out
Well,
of here,
yeah. Then your mom
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
slept with the sheriff at that point. point.
I would offer her up. I would be like, "This is my mother. She likes long walks on the beach and likes candles.
She ain't
and
never
stuff."
she
been to
puts
the
out.
beach.
Absolutely.
She puts out.
She's
Are
never
you
been to the
kidding?
beach. She likes long
Hey,
walks around the
I'm gonna
field.
tell you right now, Matt. Okay, every mom is a fucking whore. Okay, and I can prove it to you. You're sitting here. Your mother took a load so deep that you're sitting here. Okay,
I agree.
Unprotected.
All of us were fucked into existence.
goddamn right. Goddamn right. Okay.
And for the true fans of the show, they know my mom was a lifestyle dom. So, hi, Mom. She listens to this.
I'm so sorry, Matt's mother. That's my bad. Sorry.
It's all good.
If you're
She
ever-
knows.
if
She
you're
was
ever-
there.
If you're ever in LA, you can smack me around.
You can
and
sit
do
next
whatever
to
you
the
want with
midget
me.
who he also owes a drink to.
I gave her that drink.
I imagine you've got a bar full of people there just to get an apology shot from you.
Well, what's fucked up about the midget story at the beginning was like so typical LA that she didn't make a stink the night up. That is typical passive aggressive LA bullshit.
Absolutely.
Like, oh no, we're cool. I'm gonna go bitch to your manager.
Dude, and she did. And when I came back, it's funny because I checked in with my manager. I was like, I'm gonna go get a burger. He was like, no problem. And when I came back, I was like, dude, I just got slapped by this midget. He was like, oh, she's still around? She's like, yeah, she came in here an hour ago and was like bitching, telling me to fire you. I told her I would, but it just got rid of her and fucking, he was like, he was like, I wasn't even going to say anything. He goes, maybe you should cool it on like making fun of people,
Also typical LA shit. Like, oh yeah, we'll take care of that for you.
That actually reminds me of another story. So,
Since I got you here.
all right. So, everybody's familiar with the website Yelp.
What?
Don't worry about it. Don't go and see it. It's a place where people go to bitch and complain.
Oh, that's where
Yeah,
she
yeah.
went about the furry costume. Right.
Yeah.
Yelp, yeah.
So this is the worst Yelp review I ever got in my entire life.
Oh, here it comes.
So when I was working at this bar that I was working at, Busby's on the Miracle Mile, I had this joke because we didn't really have a lot of specials. We didn't do deals. Most bars today are like, oh, we got this special. This fucking beer's on special. If you buy a beer and a shot, whatever.
If you buy a beer and a shot, it's reasonable prices.
Yeah, it's reasonable prices, but it's like
It's not cheap. It's just reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Like you knock off like $3. So our bar kind of prided ourselves on being like a neighborhood bar. We didn't do that stupid shit. So, and we had like a happy hour for like 2 hours. It was like $1 off of drinks. It was like whatever. If you're there to drink, you're there to drink. But the prices were not bad. But we'd always get chicks to come to the bar and be like, do you have any specials? And I had like brought up this joke where I was like, yeah, we got a 2-for-1 special right now. And they're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, you show me 2 tits, I'll give you 1 drink for free. You will not believe how many fucking tits I saw because of this fucking one line. So for like 2 years, I'm doing this joke, seen so many titties. It was great. And I come from like I worked at the Key Club when metal school was still metal school before they were Steel Panther, okay? Like misogyny, like everything. It was totally cool. It was before the Me Too movement. And like
It was the reason for the Me Too movement.
No, Jesus Christ. I didn't block people and try to jerk off in front of them.
There's nothing Me Too about showing tits for drinks.
Absolutely.
First, no. I mean,
No,
That's a fair trade.
I'll tell you,
Right.
that's the original
Everyone
currency.
knows
I get it.
exactly what they're getting. You said, I would like to see some tits. She went, I would like a drink.
Here,
I mean, that's actually the world I want to live in one day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Let
mean,
me ask
that's
you
fair.
guys. Let me ask you a serious question.
Okay.
What question is more offensive? Me asking a girl who I've never had sex with, show me your tits,
Or her asking for a special.
No, or a girl who's never had sex with me asking me to help her move. What's more offensive?
It depends. There's a variable on that.
I'm asking you to lift a shirt. You're asking me to lift your arm wall up 3 flights of stairs. I don't have medical insurance.
My follow-up question, you go ahead first.
I have a question first. Is there an offer of pizza and beer with that move?
That's bullshit. Pay me cash. I can afford my own pizza.
Well, if she has
here.
cash, she doesn't need you.
Yeah, goddamn right. Go
Just
hire
like any other aspect of
Dude,
life.
go
If she
to
has money,
fucking
she doesn't
Home
need
Depot.
you or me or...
I'll just say, did you have a truck? Because if that was the case,
No, I don't
you were
even have
asking
a
for
truck.
it.
No.
Okay.
I
In
would
LA,
trust
if
him
you
to
have a
drive
truck-
it.
Oh, yeah, you know what? It's actually on her if she was asking someone with your record
Well,
for
then
help
again,
moving.
driving a car without a breathalyzer on is a treat, so I might have said yes to
Ah!
that.
What a
Yeah, but-
special day.
Could she trust you to show up sober to carry the armoire? Like, I'd be worried about
I'm not-
her shit get dropped.
I'm not helping any bitch move anything. Fuck you. Ask your boyfriend or somebody you're fucking or go hire somebody, okay? Welcome to the real world, all right? Like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, But you are an equal person. You can do anything that I can do. So welcome to 2018. You guys did this to yourselves. So anyways, back to the story, okay?
Lord.
Back to the story.
Gloria Steinem, everybody.
Right?
Back to the story. So I was doing the joke, and it got to a point where like the owner of the bar thought it was the greatest thing in the world. So he would come up to me and he'd be like, yo, go 2 for 1, that chick over there. And he would like stand behind me just to see the boobs, you know? So I go over these 2 chicks this one time. He wasn't there. And I go up to these 2 chicks, and they're like, do you have any specials? And I was like, yeah, we got a 2 for 1 special. You show me 2 tits, I'll give you 1 drink for free. Fucking crickets. They're just staring at me, right? And I was just like, you know, or you could pay for them, you know, like,
She's
whatever.
like, I'm thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking.
Look, guys, I'm sorry. What can I get you to drink? And they were just like, vodka soda, vodka soda. I'm like, okay, cool. Here you go. It's going to be $14, whatever. Go through it, think nothing of it. A few weeks later, I come to work, and my boss like, you see the Yelp review on you? And I was like, no shit.
Which one?
and no, no. Usually my Yelp reviews are awesome. Like people are like, Brandon's the man. Da, da, da. And I'm like,
How many of those are written by you?
none.
First of
I
all,
don't fucking go.
You can
on
always
Yelp.
tell
What
that
are you-
they're for him because they got a lot of typos in them. I love him so much. He seriously is great. He's my brother.
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
him.
Well, that's my job is to get people fucked up. Anyways, so I'm like, no, what does it say? And he just like pulls it up on his phone and shows it to me. And no joke, dude, she called me a rapey bartender. Told me that I had a major case of registered sex offender face. Like, gave the place
Listen.
1 star. It's brutal. You could go on Yelp, okay, and like look it up. It's there. It's still there. And I'm like,
man.
fuck, has the old man seen it? And the old man's the owner, and he's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, fuck. So for 2 weeks, I'm walking on eggshells around the dude, you know, like, and even though like he was in on the joke, so. Even though I was at that point, I was like, maybe I should cool it on the 2 for 1 joke, you know?
Yeah.
So one day I'm doing a liquor order and I walk past the bar or I walk past the office and Paul's in there. He's the owner of the place. And Paul's like, Brandon, is that you? And I was like, hey, Paul. And I come in the office. He goes, I got to show you something, bud. And I'm like, fuck. And he's just got the Yelp review on there and he just starts reading the Yelp review and my head's just hung like this. And I'm like, this is it, Brandon. This is how you get fired, you know? And
I've always expected
And
it.
no joke, he gets to the bottom. He goes, that's got to be the funniest fucking thing I've
All
ever
right.
read in my entire life. He goes-
Exactly.
He goes, maybe we should cool it on the 2 for 1 joke. And I'm like, totally, Paul. I'm so sorry.
All right. So, but here's the thing. My counterpoint is this. If you're the kind of bar where it's acceptable for you to say 2 for 1 special, who in their right mind, first of all, is writing a review on Yelp about you? And what dumbass is going on to Yelp and saying, well, before I go to this bar, I'd like to read a Yelp review on that. I have never. That's like reading a Yelp review on a trap house.
That drives me nuts. People, what I don't get is people who call up bars and they're like, hey, is it busy there? And you're like, yeah, it's packed. There's a bunch of naked chicks lying around. Come on in, dude. Bring all cash. Okay?
I'm not trying to find somebody to clean my pipes. Like, this is a bar.
What kind of asshole calls a bar before they go in or looks at a Yelp review? How about you go into the bar and create an experience and then make your mind on that? You know?
I will counterpoint on that.
Sure.
When I was traveling a lot, I did use Yelp to check out bars in cities that I knew nothing about.
Well, yeah, but that was you checking to see if they were a gay bar.
Oh, I'm okay
mostly-
with that. I'm trying to get free drinks.
Dude.
Like, I'll take my shirt off. I'm like, yeah, I'm an otter. I think.
No, you're not an otter. I'll tell you right now, you are not an otter.
Okay, am I full on bear? I don't know. Fuck.
You're an otter
You are
bear
Yogi Bear.
transition.
Hey, boo boo.
Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo. I'll take you a picnic baskets. I don't. But yeah, I definitely when I was traveling a lot, I'm like, oh, I'm looking for a dive bar. What does Yelp have for dive bars? And Yelp brought me to the Claremont Lounge in Atlanta, which is the best place on earth. So
Okay, fair enough. Do you really read the reviews, or do you just look for like dive bar and like
Yeah.
the
Keywords,
tags and
Yeah, no, I'm like, dive bar.
the stars? See, I'd see a place and like I'd be like 3 stars. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's like a taco truck with a B. You know, it's
Exactly.
gonna be
Right,
the
yeah.
best,
I'm
okay?
looking for
yeah,
that.
taco truck or a Chinese place with bees.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm not. If it's got an A,
hell
I'm like, oh,
hell
this is run by hipsters.
Yeah, exactly. If it's
Right.
A, it's too clean. It's gonna taste like Lysol and
Right.
shit. You know, pine sol. Dude, if anybody's kitchen was inspected by the health inspector, every home kitchen in this town would get like a D.
Now that's not true for me. I don't cook.
No, fair enough. I bet you order a mean takeout, don't you?
From a shitty carryout with a B rating. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Who wants to eat at fucking Abe spots? Who? That means
Well, you know that if it's I don't care what type of food it is, if there's an A rating, it's owned by some like asshole trust fund muppet named Brent who's got a neck tattoo that's ironic. And there's probably quinoa and something that shouldn't have quinoa.
Absolutely. What is quinoa? What is quinoa?
It's why are y'all looking at me right
Because you sell crystals, motherfucker, okay?
I'm from Missouri. I don't know. Quinoa sounds like
Actually, would you be more of a father fucker than a motherfucker?
Lock up your sons tonight. He's on a prowl, you know what I mean? Money talks. That's all.
Am I the only one that wants a cigarette right now?
I mean, we can pause for a smoke break.
I am in a
Could we do
constant
that?
state of wanting a cigarette. My mama used to smoke cigarettes while she held me as a child.
Well,
I'm uncomfortable with oxygen. Like, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, we've had too much oxygen. We're going to pause real quick.
Let's do it.
And we are back from break.
Hi, listeners.
Yeah.
And once again, more hilarious shit happens while we're smoking than almost what is happening on air. I'm really sorry, guys. Like, when we go back out to smoke, I feel like I'm going to just mic everyone out tonight.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. You should just set up a mic out there just to secretly watch us.
Like, the real juicy shit happened out there.
Absolutely.
We decided that we're not going to name the guilty.
Yeah, we're not naming the guilty.
But me and Brandon were trying to figure out if we're Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
we have a thing for porn stars.
Occupational hazard in my case.
I mean, you grow up in Los Angeles, you know, it's there. And really what we were talking about before was how I originally first got, like, how I started meeting porn stars. Because, like, you know, I was born in the Valley and I was, like, raised there. But when I was, like, 14, I moved to the West Side. I haven't been back since, okay? Like, I used to go back for, like, my grandma's for Christmas and shit. But normally I don't venture to the Valley very, very often. Okay?
Why would you?
It's hot as fuck.
I mean,
over there.
it's called a venture for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like below sea level, and it's just it's funny. You know what? When I was a kid, I remember like I'd be in the back seat of my mom's car, and I would look out the window, and you just see mountains in every direction because it's the Valley, right? And literally, I thought that's how the world was. And on the other side of those mountains was another valley, and then there was another valley, and that's how you did it. But then, you know, I got a TV and was like, no, that's not.
Oh, no, I'm just a piece of shit.
Nobody's doubting that.
No, everyone at the table is a piece of shit.
No,
We
so
get it.
I lived in a valley. I did, for sure.
Did you live in?
I lived in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains.
Oh, there you
Actually,
go.
I got to tell you, we lived on the only hill. So when we had that big old flood in '93,
No way,
we
you
were the
guys
only
were-
ones that were all right.
Like,
Taking
fuck y'all.
Taking people in, huh?
We were blessed in a lot of different ways because we were also the only house in the trailer park. The entire rest of the town is made of the trailer park.
Oh, wow.
And it's because we were the original plantation house.
Oh, wow.
And that's why, yeah,
Ooh.
I'll tell you,
Well,
haunted
then-
as fuck,
Then
scary as
you're
shit.
like a hillbilly rich kid.
I mean, I think we sort of just accidentally stumbled upon it, and we definitely couldn't.
Yeah, you just stumbled upon the only house and a bunch of
Right.
Yeah.
It's squatters' rights.
I guess so. Hey,
Exactly.
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
There you
And
go.
it was a real piece of shit
They
when
got
we
those
bought
in
it.
other than California. I thought that was just like a California thing. The squatters, right?
Well, in Missouri, it's with shotguns. Like, y'all get me off my land.
Get off my land, exactly, from my cold dead hands.
Yeah, it's like Waco, Texas. You got to burn them out. You know.
Smoke them out. Okay. Yeah, no, we were fortunate in that, and then also because we had a yard, all of our broke down vehicles were hidden from sight.
Nice.
You know, we were able to pull them around back and make nice little planters out of them. We were classy.
I like that. I like
So
that.
Yeah.
it sounds like the lawn was not mowed very often.
No, definitely not. Eventually, we got tired of it, so we just filled it with gravel.
Grass just grows. You know, like
Right? Let's get up to here at some point.
you know.
That's the name of one of the movies that your ex-girlfriends were in, right?
Grass just grows. Yes,
Yeah.
I do love Bush. I do. I'm a huge supporter. Whenever some dude's like, "Ooh, yeah, I like it bald," I'm like a 13-year-old, bro. Like literally. And the worst part is these milfs who shave their vagina. You know, like.
Because
Grow that shit out. Hide the C-section. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What kind of bush are you looking at when you're trying to get it up here?
all the way up to a
I don't even see
C-section.
it. You gotta love it when they just like it's all just razor rash and like fucking.
No, that's herpes.
Right, and if she's got a bush up to her C-section, I'm not entirely sure she's a she.
Dude, I don't want to see it. Just give me the bush. It's okay. I like that shit. It gets wet. It clumps up. It's nice.
Oh man,
Yeah, I grew up in the '80s, yo. There
I
was
grew up in
bush
the 80s
everywhere.
too, but
There was bush
I am
everywhere.
A-okay with, a nice landing strip or a nacho or...
No. you can totally maintain. You can totally do that. I'm okay with that. I mean, like, if it grows on your fucking thighs, gross. You know,
right. Well,
pube sideburns.
The labia's got to be clean.
It's called electrolysis, ladies, okay? You know, I mean, trust me, okay?
I just want a clean labia. Like, if my tongue's going there, I don't want to put my tongue right in the fucking hair.
I like a meaty one. I like to be able to grab onto it and just, I like that shit.
Suck
Yeah,
it in
I've
a
got
little
to
bit,
say,
bro.
these are like the things that have blown my mind the most, you know, because I mean, I'm one of those equal opportunity.
Tell
I'll
us
watch
what kind
anything.
of dicks you like.
No, I'm talking about I'll watch anything. So of course, like I'm not going to get through this world without experiencing, you know, seeing, let's say, on X videos or whatever, what it is that you all go through. And the two things that I love the most from an outside perspective that make the least amount of sense to me is when fake lesbians high five the vagina and like just like smack it.
Yeah.
I understand. I just don't know if I get what that's for. And the other thing is calling it a meaty one or a fat one, like a fat pussy. And I'm like, what exactly makes a fat
so check this out.
pussy?
Okay, so not all girls are like 0% body fat. So if you got a girl who's like the pelvic region right here
all right.
is kind of like got a little cushion on it.
Okay.
And it goes into things that's kind of like a fat vagina.
All right.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So you want like a decorated doorstep.
A meaty one involves curtains.
Okay.
It looks like it's been fucking run through, but it actually looked like that the whole time. And that's an
that's
urban
the
myth
secret.
vaginas always spring back into their natural form.
Right.
Dude, you know.
Oh, yeah. I've been with some tight mothers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's surgeries for that too, I hear.
Ah, the daddies.
That's
the
what I hear.
drawstring.
See, I don't even fuck with the vagina. I'm straight for their buttholes. You know, that's God's contraceptive right there, okay?
You remember earlier I said I couldn't find my surprised face. This is another one of those moments right now.
I'm just saying, listen, there's a reason why God made it that you don't get pregnant in the butt, okay?
So I'm going to need the preacher to go ahead and turn away from the choir right now, back to the congregation.
I just got to know, when was the first time someone shat on your dick then? Actually, for both of you.
Oh, it's a great story.
Time ago?
I just want to say real quick.
There's a story involved, I'm hoping.
I want to get something out of the way real quick. We're obligated socially to tell you all that there's not a man and there's not a woman in the relationship. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. Like nobody's like, you know, the man. Okay, that's a lie though. So I don't know. I'll tell you that. I am wearing the skirt.
Yeah.
And I'm not, you know, it's a manly, it's a kilt.
Okay.
But I would not have this story for you.
That's cool.
So now you know that.
Hold on,
When was the last
hold
time
on,
you
hold
shat
on.
on someone's dick then? Or
Yeah.
the first time you shat on someone's dick?
Oh man,
let's hold
What is it,
on to
Thursday?
that. Tell us about what kind of dick you like. You know, I mean, I'm sure we have gay listeners out there that fucking want to hear you talk
Definitely.
about what kind of dick you like.
I'd
We
be
were talking
surprised
about-
if we didn't have a couple gay listeners.
Oh, definitely.
Sure.
And 100%,
Like-
I'm curious.
Yeah, do you like shaved or do you like a bush?
Oh man, let's see. Okay, wow. So hold on, I'm gonna take another shot for this.
Of coffee.
My sponsor's gonna be so mad at me. This is coffee.
That's a lot of
I'm also
Baileys
curious, like,
in there.
how low are low testicles? Like, what turned you off there?
yeah.
So I gotta tell you, this is exactly
Do
why
you
I was
dip
popular
them
in
in a
high
pool
school.
first to get them the way you like them, or
This
do you
is-
like
this is-
the hot hangers?
And a nice ice bath, yeah. No, this is exactly why I was popular with everybody in high school, because this is exactly what, like, I got drunk with straight guys, and it was just this the whole time. All right, hold on. So who puts whose dick in who? And whose dick? Let's see. Okay, so this is good, because I got to tell you, like, a lot of people used to ask me, like, a lot of straight guys, like, what do gay guys like? I'm going to tell you right fucking now. The same goddamn thing that ladies like. So if you want, you know, that's the good thing. I'm on the other side. Like, I basically consider myself to be a Russian spy.
So
If y'all want intel from the other side, you just come to a gay guy. Anytime you want to know, like, but you're too afraid to ask a lady, like, hey, is this good? Ask a gay guy.
So you like your hair pulled and being smacked around?
I'll tell you,
A little light choking?
in the right way.
light
Oh my
choking.
God, dude,
Heavy-
light choking.
Light
Heavy choking.
Sorry.
Fuck that.
Listen to me. Okay, if she doesn't
David
say
Carradine style.
if she doesn't say she likes choking, she likes light choking. If she
Absolutely.
does say she likes choking, she likes heavy choking.
No, it's like
nobody doesn't like choking.
It's like when you take a chick who's drunk home and you guys get home and she's like putting the key in. She turns around and she's like, "Look, I'm not gonna fuck you." What's happening 10 fucking minutes later?
I mean,
You're fucking,
Penetration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Especially if you have not brought it up.
No, you
100%.
Don't say a thing. Let her dig her own hole. That's my whole view on everything. Just let them dig their own hole.
The first time I ever realized that, I brought a girl home from So OkCupid back in the day had a site called Crazy Blind Date,
Okay.
which was amazing. It's fucking amazing. Like,
.geocities.com.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
literally, what you did, it was only offered in Chicago, LA, and New York.
Well, I was here.
Well, you fucked up.
I did.
You literally said, I'm available on this night, and they'd set you up on a blind date. You wouldn't even see what the girl looked like until you got there.
I think by this point that you're at that website, you don't care
Yeah.
Pretty much.
too much. Nobody's on that because,
It sounds expensive.
Oh, it was free. 100% free.
No, I know that. Not the dates aren't. Especially when it's awkward.
Man,
like,
you poor fuckers have to do
dude,
dates. That
dude,
sucks.
It's not that bad. It's cordial. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, but you don't know how free
Hold
an
on.
alley is.
No,
Okay,
no,
like
no,
that's
no.
I never.
Sweetheart, I do. Okay, 'cause women slow down the process. Men speed it up. I can only imagine fucking gay guys and how quickly you guys get to fucking. Okay, you're like a dude. You're like, yeah, you're cool. You're cool. You want a ball? Fuck it. Let's
I
go.
love how you're
bet-
pretending that there are words involved.
I 100% have said this on air before. I don't understand how the gay community gets anything done. Like with two dudes involved,
yeah.
I'm just like,
It took us like 75 years to get marriage equality, and do you know why?
Yeah.
Because we kept getting together to talk about the plan, and then
orgies broke out.
But there's just people don't understand. It's difficult
Like, there's
whenever.
so many dicks in here.
Right, if we don't invite lesbians, it's really hard because you're walking into a room and you know that the reason all of you are there is because y'all get down the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? Like, I like to fuck in the butt convention, and then you're trying to get a political agenda done, but you walk into a room and you know everyone there is like to does it. I mean, come on now,
And they all have male sex drives.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
let's say
Well,
focus on bills.
Imagine
and,
this, dude. Every blind gay guy lives in an eternal glory hole.
That has to be the most beautiful. Should we shut the show down? Because I feel like we just peaked.
Nothing
That's
more
true.
profound will ever be
Dude,
said on
Was
the
that
show.
you or was that
Dude,
I think
no,
Eleanor Roosevelt said that
that's-
first.
No, that's the shit that runs through my head. I'm a sick fuck. The other day, no joke, I was just sitting in a bar drinking, watching Chive TV, and all of a sudden I was just like, maybe Eddie Murphy was just buying crack from that like tranny in the car, like. Maybe he was like Hugh Grant. Maybe they were just buying illicit drugs, and it was just easier for them
You
to be
might
like,
be the only
"It was a
person
tranny."
left who's still thinking
I
about that.
thought about that. That's the weird shit that goes through my head.
Right.
See, my thought process is, who cares who they're boning?
I don't give a shit about
I'm
that.
proud of him. I mean,
Yeah.
Right?
You. So wait, you're telling me a transaction was successful and it was interrupted?
Dude, I love the
Sorry.
gays. Okay, that's more pussy for me and you, okay? God bless them, dude. Dude, hang out with gay guys. They attract more pussy than a puppy.
Well, and now
I'll
I'm
tell
telling
that.
you, listen, here's the thing.
And they can lie to the chicks. Like,
And, like,
puppies
tell them
can't
you're a
lie.
good guy?
Yeah, they're like, hey, this is Brandon.
Well, no,
He's a
and
good guy. Hey, I'm
here's the
Brandon.
thing.
I'm a good guy.
Every straight guy I know says that shit right there. Okay, yeah, and it's not untrue, but the untapped resources that, like, first of all, I can tell you exactly what it is that a woman's looking for physically from you. And second, I
don't care.
can't tell you how to eat a pussy, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't care.
Here's the other thing that I can tell you is that, like, you think that it's not like an episode of Sex and the City every single time we hang out with each other.
No,
She
of course
tells
it is.
me
Of course
what
it
it is
is.
that she's mad you didn't do. So I know.
No, I know that, and I purposely did what she's mad about me doing.
Oh, so then it's irrelevant
I
to
don't
you.
care. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like that's why I fuck with sluts. It's doomed from the beginning. You know?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Why I'm not married and I don't have children. Well, that and I'm into anal, because that's God's contraceptive. And
Right.
Back to my original point
God's
that we went off
contraceptive.
of.
I know, we
that
tangented off of anal sex.
We
Sorry, I wanna get
digressed.
back to that,
But
yeah.
my
I definitely know you want to get back to it.
Oh, no, I'm always trying to get
Yeah.
back to anal sex. That's the state I'm always in.
My original thought is that the reason why God made it that anybody gets pregnant in the butt because gay guys would be replicating left and right.
I mean,
Dude, to quote Jeff Goldblum, life finds a way.
life finds a way.
Okay,
God forbid.
God had to be like, no. And literally, it's right next to the vagina. You've never gotten drunk and walked into your neighbor's house before, like on accident. I always ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Good to know.
All right.
And for the ladies out there, good
Ladies
to
and
know.
I feel like this is a
Fuck.
good
I'm going to
segue
jail.
into this is a good segue into your legal obligation to let everyone know that you are a registered sex offender.
I am not a registered sex offender.
He only has to let them know if he's in their neighborhood. He doesn't have to let the whole internet know.
No, they're
Right, come on now.
They're
I'm not
super
living next to you.
They're super
Right?
relaxed on that whole registering thing. They're like, go to this website and register. I just didn't do it.
You would have looked up the bylaws.
On a semi-serious note, it is super fucked up that being a registered sex offender is worse than being a murderer in America.
Dude, seriously.
Well, especially for the shit that you can get. I mean, okay, we want to talk about parks and alleyways. You know,
Well,
what
dude,
I mean? Shit, I
dude,
could have been your cellmate in the words of Monique.
Everything was consensual, but some of it was rough, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of it was borderline. I always joke with chicks. I'm always like, come on, the difference between rape and good sex is consent.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, that is accurate.
I'm just poet again. I'm
Consent.
just going to tell you.
That's all it is. You know,
I want to learn to cross stitch so I can put some of your shit on a pillow. You
I
know
don't
what I
even
mean?
know what cross stitching is. Is that
I'll
like
tell
a
you
Oh, you got to
What?
needle point on that shit, like frame it like grandma?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let's put it on a coffee mug for you since cross stitch might be out of your lexicon.
Should we talk about Khalil Mack going to the Bears?
No.
Oh, damn. I thought you were a Bears fan.
I am a Bears fan, but no one gives a fuck about
All right,
sports
so
on
I'm
this
glad
podcast.
you
No,
got
you guys don't like sports? Come on, this shit's fun. Dude, it's a reason to drink on Sunday. You go to church, you can watch sports. Sports.
Well,
I'm
who's to
breathing.
say I
That's a
don't-
reason to drink on Sunday.
And who the
I
hell
know
says
that,
you
but
don't
there's
drink
so
at
many
church?
people watching sports, you might as well get involved.
If it's not MMA, I'm really not into it.
I like MMA. That shit's cool.
So I just want to go back and clarify. When you say the Bears, this is a team?
I am
Yeah.
so
Oh, okay,
sorry.
I'm out.
I just derailed this show on sports.
We just all sports shamed you.
Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders?
Yeah, the Sin City Raiders. It sounds like an old John Wayne movie, doesn't it?
All I know is Vegas traffic is going to suck so bad on Sundays.
Yeah, don't care. I'm watching it on TV in Los Angeles.
You're like, I don't leave LA.
Dude, when I was a kid, Bo Jackson was here. The Raiders were here, dude. Like, I was seduced.
Though, before football, we were talking about your dick preferences.
Yeah. Oh, back to what kind of dick
Oh,
you
the
like.
amount of times I've segued from football to dick preferences is just
Big sweaty man.
astronomical.
Hey,
I'll tell you.
you want to take a knee?
I'll take two. I'll see you a knee. I'll raise you a knee.
I'll raise you.
Yo, no, what you got? Hit me with it. What kind? You know, I mean, because we're gonna go section by section.
Okay. Do you
Start at the top.
circumcised or uncircumcised?
All right, so now this is the one place where women differ from gay guys. Women hate it, from what I've heard. And I
When
do
you
not.
when you mutilate them at birth, yeah, we hate it too.
No, and listen,
I don't know. I was
I'm-
drunk. They gave me wine.
I wasn't. I was a fucking child, and they fucking.
I'm pissed
robbed
as shit.
me.
Like,
Well,
who
I
the
was too,
fuck-
but
Yeah,
the Moyle gave me wine. I'm a Jew.
I'm not a
Hey.
Jew. Why was I like?
Did he keep the tip? Oh,
Oh yeah,
Probably, and a couple of my coins too.
Okay.
I love that about the Jews. They give their kids edible coins. They're like, "Here's money."
Oh no,
Shotgun.
they teach us how to gamble at a young age. Like
I
Cradle
know.
is all gambling.
No, I know.
Yes.
Dude, both my parents remarried Jewish, so I'm very, very, very familiar with the Jewish religion. Actually, I know more about the Jewish religion than I really know about Christianity.
You probably know more about Judaism than I do. I'm a really bad Jew.
You know what? Those are my favorite. I love bad Jews, you know?
Bad Jews love the gays, which I think is a bad Jew thing to do, right?
I mean, like Bernie Sanders? Love that
No,
guy.
we're not Christians. We're not like, oh God, burn the gays at the cross because we don't believe in the fucking cross.
No, of course not. Exactly.
The more you know.
They think we're crazy. They're like, these people, this is the story. What year is it in the Jewish year? It's like
7.
Bad Jew. I don't fucking know.
It's like 5674 or something.
Hold on.
It's ridiculous.
If we're
It's
gonna Google
different.
this shit.
It's different. It's crazy. Because there's before Christ and after the death.
Oh, I get
Seriously, what the fuck is up with Google? I went, what year is it? And it tried to auto-populate what year is it in Iran. I'm like, what the fuck? Iran's in the same year as the rest of us.
Yeah, really. Wow.
What
That's
the fuck,
amazing.
Google?
Wow.
What the fuck? It is 5778 in the Jewish
I was
calendar.
close.
Holy
I was
shit.
like 4 years away.
Look at you.
Yeah.
It's
Dude.
interesting to me that you know so much about anal sex and just this random little tidbit about what Jewish year it is.
I'm kind of a scientist. You know, I'm amateur, but
Yeah.
I like the.
No, I would've guessed
like
that.
experiments and shit.
Yeah.
I did a lot of work with acid back in the day. That shit connects like little fibers that aren't supposed to connect.
Right.
I always say to people who don't like acid, I'm like, dude, do you like the Beatles? Because they were a fucking cover band before they started doing acid. Okay.
Dude, I will say there was a stark contrast. Fuck the early Beatles, man.
Dude, the Beatles-
I want to hold your hand.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how people like try to cover that now, like, oh, it's a Beatles song. I'm like, it was a bullshit Beatles song.
And it paid the bills.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But at the time, the world wasn't ready for it. When you actually,
hell yeah, exactly.
When you look at the consciousness, and that's what I feel about what's wrong with today is this is just an amplified version of that. Because it was almost cute and innocent when we like kind of found technology and TV, and we were able to communicate freely, and all the countries kind of put down lines like, we're not going to kill each other anymore. This is our country. That's your country. And we're going to respect that. And at the time, there was a lot of peace. There were little things that were happening over here, which always happen. And the same shit's happening today. But in the fucking main thing of it, it was kind of a transition. You guys ever play Risk before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Australia all the way.
yeah,
There was no female character. I didn't play it.
Yeah, you probably didn't play it.
Yeah.
But that's what we were playing up until about 500 years ago.
Not even 500 years ago. You look at World War I. World War I completely changed the map.
No, absolutely.
And it's less than 100 years ago.
But then again, exactly. Actually, you're right. Because right now, we switched over from a game of Risk to a game of Monopoly. And now we're playing Monopoly.
Oh, shit.
And what you're seeing right now, in our society, is that there's only a few players left on the table. So they don't give a shit about us. And they're all playing against each other. And what happens in a game of Monopoly?
Somebody tosses the board onto the ground and says, fuck you.
That's exactly what scares me about Donald Trump. Okay? Like that.
Right? He is that sore
He's that
loser.
kid that does that. That's what scares me.
You're not my real dad. Fuck you.
Shit, I wish I didn't have a real dad that gave me a small, meager loan of $1 million to do whatever I want.
Oh, my
Speaking
bad.
of Donald Trump, let's talk about what kind of dick I like.
Right? Orange one?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Not Donald
goddamn.
Trump's dick.
Heavily sprayed and spray tan.
Oh, Lord.
That's probably not good for you.
I bet his dick
You're
looks like
sucking
Tara
that
Reid
shit
from
off.
1998.
I'm half tempted next time I see Stormy to ask her.
You should.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And give her my
should.
love. You know,
Yeah,
we gave her a
God-
national day in West Hollywood. For those of you who don't know, West Hollywood is the gay part of LA. And they gave it their own day.
That's
we
awesome.
would. We
Dude.
would.
Hey. To Stormy Daniels.
To Stormy Daniels.
To my friend Stormy. Shit.
Hey, dude,
I can't believe you know her.
Oh, I've worked for her.
This is amazing.
She's one of my favorite pieces of this entire political puzzle. You're a saint. God
You know
bless
what I love about her is that she like now I love that like no matter what you could end up having a show on the Hallmark Channel if you once did porn, because here's the thing, between Stormy Daniels and Melania, all I'm doing is acting presidential.
Right.
Like if you have
Right.
a porn past, you're no different than the first fucking lady or Stormy Daniels. Like now all of a sudden, no matter what the industry is, you can pull up a seat if you've just taken a bukkake. Like you're welcome now.
Yeah,
It's like tattoos. Like it's no longer a deal breaker for any job.
Right.
You know,
You can be a bank teller.
It's funny, when Trump first won the presidency, I was just like, you know what? This guy truly makes me believe that even one day I could be president.
I mean,
you know,
literally,
anybody could be the president.
The guy who you found your phone from
Dude.
could be president.
Absolutely. Sorry.
Like you could literally the homeless man who had your iPhone.
Well, I don't think the homeless guy is going to get voted in.
You never know.
I mean, he
It's
could
LA.
run. He could run.
He could.
He could. Roseanne Barr was on the ticket at one point in time. You know what I mean?
She was, absolutely.
So
What's
dream big.
What super bumps me out is like
I miss Roseanne. Hey, Roseanne, if you're listening to this, okay?
Get your shit together.
No, baby girl, lay off the sleeping aids, okay? Smoke a lot of pot, all right?
Okay.
Write some really goddamn good shit and do it to her. I believe in you. I love you.
Oh, she could do a Red
Come
State
back.
tour right now.
Dude, she would dominate, and she should. God bless her. God bless her.
Oh, all right. So we're gonna go different routes on that one. I will say though, I believe that she did think that she was white, but I also think you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you fucked up. You know, like, listen, you know.
Like rather than saying like, because the thing is, she's defending herself because she said I think the bitch was white.
I know.
If she said I think the bitch was white and I was a fucking like, all she was missing was that second statement, and I'm a fucking idiot for thinking that.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what, the road to healing could have started, but for her to just be like, I thought she was white, so let it go.
Yeah.
I don't know that would ever really work.
Well, the proper response is, I thought she was white, and it's comedy, fuck you.
Yeah, that
I'm a comedian. Why are you listening to me?
That should be you're absolutely right, dude. That should be like the way people look at it. That's what it is. If you watch old Joan Rivers tear people apart, because Joan Rivers was very, very, very outside the box. She was a woman living in a man's world. competing out there, putting in fucking work and dominating people. She was one of the meanest people on stage.
And then you paid her to be even meaner on a fucking red carpet.
No,
Right.
They literally, because she was fucking great at it. She was just an amazing human being. And like really, when you watch her do it, there's some old footage of her where a heckler lays like, "That's not very funny," and like fucking her just lazy like,
Yeah,
listen, you're at a
that's epic.
comedy show, then go fucking home. I always say church is 6 blocks that way, motherfucker. Okay.
Well, I mean, don't confuse what I'm doing with the TED Talk.
Well, no, or maybe a TEDx talk, but
Right,
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
But either way, like you got to exactly. But still, our job as
that's-
comedians to be honest.
Well, yeah, but to be honest, but at the same time, I feel like she needs to choose the lane.
Oh,
like,
no,
are
no.
you're either gonna try and be a commentator with Sean Hannity, or you're gonna be working the Jungle Room. But maybe pick one or the other.
My mother.
I don't know. If you're making people laugh, do both. As long as you're making people laugh.
Laugh,
Yeah,
though,
no, absolutely.
laugh.
But my mother gave me a very good piece of advice one time. She said, "Say it, forget it, write it, regret it." Okay,
Say it.
say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
I'm gonna put that up there,
Dude.
with your anal sex quotes.
That's my mother's quote. My
Right.
mother gave me that one. It's
and she didn't give you the anal.
well, no,
that was you. That was all you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I-
Wait a minute, you gave your mother
no
the anal?
porn. Ugh.
What's that?
Well, let's talk about incest porn, okay? Let's switch it over to incest
We
porn.
still haven't found out about
wait.
his.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
what kind of dick
but
do
at
you
the
like?
same time, out of respect to the conversation, I feel like it's a really good segue
fucking
to go
drunk.
from Roseanne to incest porn.
Oh, you do realize we have like another hour of this?
Yeah,
right?
oh, I know.
Right,
That's
yeah.
why I'm slowing down. Don't worry. I'm on my first beer though. I'm like 5 shots in. Yeah, I see that.
I love this. This is fun. I just want to say, so yeah, like I am the sober guy, but I'm loving this. I'm getting fucked up on coffee, and this is totally because I was never really into drinking. I was an upper guy,
that's
and this
cool.
is exactly the same as like what it used to
Yeah.
be. I just get like I want to clean really bad.
You
I mean, my apartment will take it.
Yeah. No, I just went to your bathroom. It was,
We should get
You have
some
fallen
Red Bull.
from God, sir.
I'm a bachelor. Whatever. I'm a hairy bachelor. There's hairs. It
Yeah.
happens.
Right.
Dude, this
if I
place is
wasn't
awesome.
more of a redneck than I was a gay guy, typically gay guys go to the bathroom and then like somehow miraculously, even if we don't try, leave it cleaner than when we came in. It's just habit. Like we just wipe everything down on the way. But unfortunately, you got a Missouri gay, so I just pissed on the seat because why not? Everybody else was.
You know what?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Why would I be the first one in here to aim?
My new thing.
100% correct.
My new thing is
Including the
actually-
girls.
I didn't turn the light on.
My new thing is actually shitting in the ladies' room.
So this is new.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
first off, it's 2018, right?
So you're allowed.
So-
to.
So it
new
doesn't
as in,
matter
like,
what
the last
bathroom
5
I
years?
go in, right?
It's not even the ladies'
Hold
room
on,
anymore,
no, exactly. So it doesn't matter what bathroom I go into, right? So if I go to the ladies' room and then I just take a fucking hot stinker, just blow the room up. And I'm talking about taco trucks for the last
yeah,
4 days, shit tons of beer and Jameson.
Yes,
okay?
the rest of the country was like, I have so many thoughts about this. Your first thought was, I'm going to shit in a ladies' room.
Some motherfucker right now is laughing his ass off, okay?
This
And
guy. This guy.
yeah, and he's about to. He's about to go
I'll
shit in the
and
ladies'
I'll
room
tell
now.
you right now. Okay, exactly. So this is what you do. You go in the ladies' room.
Okay.
You take a fucking fat shit,
Yeah.
right? If you can, use all the toilet paper, okay?
Give it a shot.
Don't be like an actual chick and just roll the whole ball and then throw it on the ground, because I've been in a ladies' room.
Yeah.
They're disgusting. Don't do that. Just use the toilet paper, whatever, but let the fucking room
Just marinate.
Just marinate.
Just really
Don't
just-
flush it,
yeah.
piss into it, you
Yeah.
know, and like break it up with your
Yeah.
piss, and then fuck get it all like stinky and shit, right? And then when you come out of the bathroom, you just leave, right?
Yeah.
Or if there's a chick there waiting in line, because they always need to use the bathroom, she'll be like, "Hey, that's the ladies' room," and then I go, "Don't assume my gender." And then I
Well, with
walk
your
off.
hair.
2018 is the greatest. Are you kidding me? And see, this is the thing. You can't sexually harass women anymore, but you can sensually harass them.
God, are you writing these down?
No, we're recording it.
All
thankfully.
right, even better.
Like,
Sensually
this is here
harassed. I
forever.
love it.
Sensually
Yes,
harassed them.
yes.
There's an audio file with Brandon's voice.
Yes.
I'm just saying, in today's political climate, how long is it before farting in an elevator is assault?
It's
I
not
don't,
already.
is it not assault? I mean, I don't know if it would legally hold up in court, but I feel violated.
I mean, depending on what I've had to eat, it might.
but that's,
Right.
Hey, but that's life, okay? Sometimes people fart in the elevator, okay?
Listen, I mean, you guys are getting a hard rap for it. I'm going to let it go because if I fart in an elevator, nobody knows. Somebody thought I
Well,
yawned.
you're a vegan.
That's not why. It sounds like when I fart. So that's about, you know what I mean?
And it smells like flowers.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
flowers and semen, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Roses.
Rosebuds.
Desert roses.
Hello.
roses someone just came across.
Yes, roses. Somebody
Anybody
just
out there,
came
just
Can I
Google
get a
desert
cheers
rose
on
right
that?
now. Yeah,
Roses
right.
somebody came across.
Speaking of people coming across your asshole,
Yeah.
we haven't gotten your dick.
Oh, gosh.
Yes,
okay, you know what I'll
thank
say?
you.
Here, let
We
me say
tangent
this.
on this show quite a bit.
Circumcised or uncircumcised?
Let me tell you this. Okay, so to give everybody out there hope, because nobody's got a bad dick. Everybody's just
That's
got
a lie.
No, everybody's just got one that's ready for something else. So women, I'll tell you this, in case you don't know, they're looking to get obviously way more stretched than have you go up and ring the doorbell that is their cervix bone.
no,
So if you're a guy out there right now listening and you have a fat fucker, but it's tiny as hell, you got like a little Tom thumb down there.
Yeah.
Fucker in the pussy.
Yeah.
But if you're going in the back door, no gay guy's ever been like, oh yeah, I really want you to stretch. I mean, maybe if they're into that or a little high or something, but nobody's like, you know what I would like is for it to be really difficult and hurt a lot. No, what they're looking for is for you to just try and make it to their throat. And I think women are the same with anal. Like it's if you've got one of those pencil dicks that just looks like, you remember those old pixie sticks they used to sell in the night that were like
Yeah.
2 feet long. If you got yourself one of those pixie stick dicks, you shove that shit right up her asshole. And the thing is, too, if you think about it, there's 2 holes. You know what I mean? There's like the front door, and then you can go all the way through the back door and end up on the porch, right? If you get past that second hole, and you'll feel it. Trust me, it feels like a little catfish.
No, you're like,
Yeah, it feels like a
you
catfish
pop
is
it.
biting the end of your dick.
Yeah.
If you get to that second hole, you
that's
don't
a
have to
money
worry
slide.
about her shitting on your dick
No,
because
no.
you've just shoved it back to the source. You're good to go.
But chicks don't shit.
Yeah, ever.
Or-
I
yeah.
will disagree with you there. Quite a
Yeah.
bit.
No,
The only-
actually, we were supposed to talk about shitting on dick, so we can get to that.
Oh, we'll get to that.
There's time for it. Don't worry.
Should we smoke a cigarette?
It's been 15 minutes since the last one.
This
I-
is
dude.
drunk Brandon. Hey, wait, I want
a cigarette.
Yeah. I mean, we can take another pause. We can take another pause. But before we do, I want to continue exploring.
Yeah, well, so those
let's-
are, the
yeah,
different
so
types.
Let's finish.
Those are
We
the
have
different
tangent
types.
off this shit so much. We got to finish.
Right.
I have the internet. I've seen lots of dicks.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I mean,
is
so
our question.
let's see.
You don't have to explain.
Okay,
dicks
no.
to me.
I'm going to
I've
run
seen
through
them
them. I'm
before.
going to
I
run
have
through like what's good because I mean, like I said, so there's like the different rhythms you got too with each race. So like like if you got a big black dick, he's gonna like throw it down to sort of like the beat of like hip hop, like in a ba no. You know what I mean? Every time.
So wait, he's throwing it down East Coast or West Coast?
Slow and
No,
smooth.
that's the thing. He's throwing up his gang sign while he's at it. Yeah, and letting you know where he's from. If you got like a Latin dick, it's definitely going to be like Despacito. If you've got a Middle Eastern dick, they're going to declare a jihad on whatever it is that they're going for. Just kaboom. Conversely, Indian is going to be a lot more Kama Sutra, but it's like Caramel Sutra because it's kind of going to melt over you. But also, here's the thing: if you're looking to get it hard and fast, like I wouldn't go down that route because I've never been with an Indian man who's like boom, 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 boom. No, it's not going to happen. It's gonna
all
be
sensual and shit?
Like Boys to Men is going to be playing. They're going to put on some incense.
I make love to
Exactly.
you like you want me
And if
to.
you're going to be a white guy and you're going to fuck him, you got to make sure you don't do it like you're doing your taxes. Because that's the thing. A lot of white guys fuck like they're doing Sudoku or something, just very thoughtful and methodical. So if you're going to fuck like whatever.
Dude,
if you're going to
just-
fuck like a
same
white guy,
difference
you got to
sometimes.
fuck like
I mix
Eminem.
I mix my shit up. It's not like I'm just choking them out the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I work my way up. To
All right, but I gotta say, as far as
first it's
mixing-
sweet and loving, and then like right when they're like fucking really getting into it, you just give them a little crack across the face.
But
Remind them they're alive.
This is a problem with a lot of white guys too, is they try to mix it up, and there's a fine line between mixing it up and ADHD. Do you know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
really, like let them all bleed together. Tell a story. with
yes,
it. You know what
of
I'm
course.
saying?
You
I'm
can't
not
be like
just saying,
boom, boom,
I'm
boom, one position.
I'm not
flip.
just-
And then
Throwing-
be like, oh, I'm gonna make sweet love to you, baby. I'm gonna make sweet love in your slutty pussy. Like really, just let it.
No.
You can, but like let there be a transition
no, I know
time.
that, but in the home stretch, look, do you want me to come? This is how I like it.
Well,
Okay, that's what I'm choking them out.
And that's the thing about like that's why a lot of women and gay guys will not put on music because you cannot like be listening to Boys and to Men and
Who
then
has
have the
time
guy
to
finish.
put on music before they have sex. You just have sex.
That's also
Right.
really
It's
true.
obviously the
Like-
opening titles of whatever movie I put on
Yeah.
Netflix and chill.
It's
Oh,
not.
yeah, it's that, the repeat menu on the DVD.
Right.
That's what it is. Just it keeps repeating
Yeah.
over and over
No,
again.
no. Netflix like, are you watching?
Are you?
still?"
Except it's asking nervously.
Are you still watching?
excuse
And
me,
you're
I don't wanna interrupt, but are you still
No, I'm
watching?"
getting my fucking balls gargled.
Right,
And fuck you,
exactly.
Netflix. I pay $8 a month
Right.
for you. Fuck off.
No, I don't want to see a preview of fucking Kimmy
Dude,
Schmidt.
I don't okay, I'll watch it later, but I'm getting my balls gargled right now.
For me, at least, by the time it says, "Are you still watching?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm done.
Right, exactly. No,
I finished already. Yeah, we're
Right,
watching again."
exactly. Now, I mean, we're back now. But
That's
we
why I have
did
a
take
leather couch.
Oh God, hose
right.
that shit off.
All right, so you like unclear dick. You still haven't answered. our
Unclear.
question.
Oh well, no. I mean, for me, I
Like
gotta
your-
tell.
your
Dick.
preference.
Oh,
Like what kind of cereal? What's your favorite cereal?
No, right, exactly.
What's your favorite dick?
Right. Let's just say Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear? What the fuck is Sugar Bear? Is that like the
okay.
cheap
We haven't
Lucky
even gotten past
Smacks?
the circumcision or uncircumcised.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that's definitely like.
Are
a
you
flavor.
circumcised or no?
Oh well, of course I am.
Yeah, fucking
God
Rob,
damn it!
Rob-
Nobody asked me. I would love to not be.
Rob and me too.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I was mutilated at birth.
You know what
okay?
I heard too, and here's the thing: is why they do it to a lot of not Jewish people is because doctors are like,
Like,
oh
oh,
well,
it's
you're more
cleaner.
susceptible
Yeah,
to infection.
yeah.
Here's the thing for me. Look, my fiance's worked at like an STD clinic for a while. I have plenty of experience seeing them
No, I
myself in the
already know
past.
where
I mean,
you're going
everybody,
with this.
and they say, oh, you're more susceptible to infection. Let me tell you a little secret, little spoiler alert. If you put your circumcised dick somewhere where there's syphilis, you're gonna fucking get syphilis whether or not you're wearing a turtleneck or not. So fuck that mentality.
Well, on the flip side, I had a friend years ago who had to have like an adult circumcision. He was diabetic and shit got infected.
Did he keep getting visits from the Easter Bunny?
Pretty much.
There
So
it is.
So
I don't know if he just was bad
just
living his
pull
dick
it-
or.
Nah, you remember those like water weenie things they sold at the
What do
Discovery
you even
Channel?
remember? I mean, I remember the one in my drawer right now. Yeah.
That was like a pocket pussy for you. Jesus. All right, my mind is blown. No, but still, you pull the skin back, you fucking put some goddamn baby powder on it, you hold it for a minute, let it breathe, and you let it go back. Dude, we went through 20,000, possibly more years of being human beings with fucking that dick flap thing on our fucking dick.
Well, no, I
We were
heard
fine.
that's where all the fucking nerve endings are too.
Yeah, that's
Right?
why, that's
So they
why it
just
takes
cut
me so
our
long
pleasure
to
in half.
Fucking come. I'm just
Right.
like, dude, I fake orgasm. That's why I like condoms. It's
Right.
so easy to fake an orgasm. Like as a male, like I'll go for like 45 minutes and then I'll get my head and I'll be like, you're just not gonna come. Like,
Oh, that whiskey dick. Oh, that horrible
no,
whiskey.
no. Like the dick stays hard, but I'm just
No,
not
that's the
able
whiskey
to
dick
come.
I get.
Oh,
That-
no.
Like I get it up, I can't
No,
finish.
If I'm
Push and rope
Yep.
after a while.
Well, no, it's solid. It's just like I am just not gonna come.
No, I love when it gets in the past. It's it's gotten soft while it's in there, and then like it's so soft that eventually the hole rejects it. Just like
Yeah.
you ever seen a toddler not want its like baby food anymore? It's just,
I fuck lady. I fuck
like that just
lady
pushes
assholes.
it out.
No, I
Ugh.
know. No, that whiskey for sure. Like alcohol, like that's why I was joking.
yeah, I don't know why
earlier.
it's called whiskey. It's alcohol dick because I mean it's
Well,
happened to plenty of guys on Zima before.
Well,
as well.
because whiskey dick sounds better
Which
than
sounds
Dick
so
sound better.
tough,
It's-
right? You don't want to call it a Smirnoff Ice dick.
It's like you're like whiskey dick, bro.
Right,
you know, like
exactly.
It kind of excuses
It does.
the terrible
What
thing
just
that it
happened,
is.
yeah.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
not our faults, you know. Like, dude, look.
No, it wasn't our fault to pour more alcohol down our hole.
I'm,
No,
I'm 30,
not at all.
I'm 37. I'll be fucking like you. Chicks expect you to go out on a date, be charismatic, go out, pay for things. I'm gonna get trashed if I do that.
Based
Okay?
on every
dating the
story,
wrong women.
Based on
No, no,
every
no.
story you've
I
told
do
me
that.
today, I don't know that any woman going on a date with you is expecting charisma.
Oh,
She's seen you in your Slayer T-shirt.
that was really.
Was that rude?
Whoa,
Was that rude?
whoa,
No.
Whoa, you triggered me. I mean, I'm not wearing a t-shirt.
Triggered.
This is Matt Slayer. Have you met him?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did you not?
You know what, guys? I'm gonna excuse myself. It's been so good. Thanks, listeners.
Hold on. This is how he gets out of telling us what kind of dick he likes.
Right? You
What
still
color?
have-
What color is it?
No, okay. Let me just tell you this.
Like you like a
I ended up
Purple?
happily married.
Oh.
I ended up happily married to basically a man who is the United Colors of fucking Benetton.
Okay.
He's black, Indian, Puerto Rican, and white.
Oh my god! You won the dick lottery.
I am
that guy's probably like 13 inches long. Huh?
You ever seen?
How big is his
If you've
dick?
ever run through the cast or through the ride at Disney World, it's a small world. If that was an orgy that ended up in one motherfucker, that's who I ended up with. And I'll tell you why. Because here's the end of the story. What kind of dick do you like? Yes.
Yeah.
Is the answer.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's pretty much the same answer for us. Like, what kind of pussy do you like? The one that'll let me in it?
I mean, hello,
Yeah,
exactly.
well,
That's why I'm trying to tell you all the beauty each one.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
you know.
At my old age, I'm done with sympathy fucks. Like if I'm at a bar and like some chick's like, "Hey, what's that?" I'm like, no.
Sympathy fucks are the worst.
Dude, I know. I'm done with that.
You just feel like you're
37 years old. I put in my work. I've done it. Listen. If I'm having sex with a fucking woman, she wants to have sex with me, and she's making it happen. Like
Right.
I don't go out and talk. I'm literally an old man. I'm transitioning into this part of my life where like I'm literally like I'm an old man in my head. I don't understand the music. It's all too fucking loud. Okay,
I know.
like
So we're the same age, by the way.
yeah, I know.
No, hell, I just wanna
You're
vouch for
probably
you.
hanging on to the youth. I've completely rejected it.
I want to like validate. I'm 31.
Look at this gray. I mean,
Oh, whatever, great. That's distinguished. Silver Fox.
I know.
And so
I get some daddy issue girls.
And daddy issue girls are
Yes.
the fucking best. Are you kidding me? I
Is
mean,
there not a daddy issue? Is there anyone who's like, yeah, it was a very healthy relationship?
Yeah, there's
no one who
lot-
associates with me.
They're a unicorn.
There's lots of women out there with healthy relationships with their fathers, and God bless those fathers. And fucking,
Yeah.
Dude, listen, man, I don't have any kids. But I always, I always thought, I was like, you know what, Brandon? Just have kids the old-fashioned way, on accident.
Yeah,
but then I
but
started
you can't
fucking
'cause
chicks
you're
in the
angry.
butt.
I was
So
gonna
I'm
say.
kind of like, I'm smarter than the fucking average bear, Like,
Figured out the secret.
just like,
I've never read that book, The Secret, but I think that's what it's about, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's about manifesting your dreams and goals.
In the
by
butthole.
focusing on little goals every day.
See, I
by
just
day.
think I shoot blanks.
Yeah.
Word.
You know
Word.
what?
What you all need is a mentor,
I
or
remember-
like a mentee. Now that's how you're a father. You just take a little shithead and tell him to fuck in the butt, and then
Well, back in the 90s, too, I did smoke a lot of stems and seeds, and I was just like, if this makes you sterile, I'm fucking
Well,
down.
and also
Oh,
in
does
the
it make
90s,
you
we had the
sterile?
rumor about.
That was the rumor.
Oh, no.
It's like-
We
it's
also
like-
had the rumor about Mountain Dew in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Lowering sperm
Right.
count.
Yeah.
Right.
I drink a lot of Mountain
well,
Dew.
no. So that ended up,
It's
I
funny,
believe, where they went
we
with
always
that.
called it jungle juice when I was a kid, and I didn't realize how racist it was.
Is that? I didn't know if that was the kind of jungle they meant, but now it's racist.
Yeah, I
because
did
you
that.
threw that out there.
Dude,
yeah.
This older guy, a family friend of mine, called it jungle juice, and I thought it was hilarious.
I thought they meant like Tarzan. This is one of those moments now where you go back and realize, oh fuck,
Yeah, you're like,
shit. I thought it was like,
Okay. So have we agreed that we have found out what kind of dick?
yeah. I mean,
Honestly,
are we,
like, should we-
do you
should
just
we-
want
Like
a
all
you
dick.
just want a cigarette? That's all.
No. I was saying, should we move on to something else, or possibly smoke a cigarette?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
let's smoke that cigarette.
Yeah.
And we're back.
I had a bad thing happen to me in Tarzana once, so I'm just triggered by that
Right,
word.
yeah.
I tense up. I'm sorry.
What happened to you in Tarzana?
I
Did
don't
anybody
wanna
have a
talk
good thing
about
happen
it.
in Tarzana? You know
No,
what I'm
nothing
saying?
good has ever happened in Tarzana.
That was where I went to sober living. I saw the highlights of Tarzana.
Hey, depending on who you're talking to, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, right. That was
Sorry,
the nicest
city
thing
of
that happened.
Tarzana. I'm sure you're good people. We're just
Right.
kidding.
No, you live in the valley. Fuck you.
Yeah.
LA is my number one market. So, yeah, I probably shut on some of my listeners.
Yeah,
Eh.
it happens.
Well,
It's
yeah.
okay. Isn't that LA County, though?
No, Tarzana is part of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's LA County. Exactly.
No, I mean, but it's part of the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, okay, all right.
That's the weird part about
Is
the valley.
it really?
Like Van Nuys, Tarzana, Sherman Oaks, there are technically all neighborhoods in the city of Los Angeles.
Wow, I did not know that. And I'm from there.
And the LA natives like,
Dude,
what?
right.
Dude, I knew that Richie Valens was from Pacoima. I knew
Right.
it didn't have a mall, and the city fucking sucked. That was it.
Well, I gotta
Right.
tell- like, you
all
can't-
city of Los Angeles, technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
You
for
can't
sure.
worry too much about like shitting all over somebody's shitty hometown. Like I would never like defend to the death where I'm from. Like
But
I'd be
still,
like,
that's,
yeah,
that's the San Fernando Valley. Like,
Right.
like that's the borough. Like you want to, LA's split up into all these different boroughs. So
In a 30-mile zone.
dude, not even like on the west side, it could be 12 blocks. The difference between Santa Monica, Brentwood, and Westwood. You know,
True.
like it varies and everything's split up. But I mean, that's just like zip codes. It's funny actually. Like it used to like mean something, but now it's just all gentrified. Everything's expensive as fuck.
But back to your point, no one should be fucking proud of something that they had no control over. You had no control over where your parents shat you into this world.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like,
and like my experience, like you're never ever, no one I've met has ever been like, yeah, my hometown, unless your hometown was like extra shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're throwing up like your zip code at that point,
Yeah, you're like, we're
I have
more
no choice.
badass.
Like you've gone full circle
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your hatred of
So
it.
what you're saying is like, I should be proud that my parents made bad choices.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Well, basically, it's also just like
you can't do that. You don't choose your parents. You know, they have their life, they do their thing, and you get it. Some kids luck out, some kids don't.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly what I'm like.
yeah.
Yo, 818 till I die. Like, what? I don't. My parents. I didn't get a choice on where my parents shat me.
Right.
out.
I was
Well, I like
raised
telling-
in the 818, and I would never fucking claim the 818. Not once in my life.
For me, I like shitting all over it because like it's one of the first, like all the shit I tell you about me is not flattering. But what people out here especially don't realize is that I'm trying to brag. Like when I tell you I'm from a shitty place,
Yeah.
my implication is like, look how well I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
if I move from my town to Koreatown to like just if
to
I move
Koreatown.
to my house, like if I moved under a bridge downtown, like I'm fucking part of Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm still better than where I came from. Like when I tell people like I'm like sober, a lot of people in LA will be like, oh, ew, you're a drug addict. I'm like, no, I'm telling you I'm sober because I'm like, I used to do meth. I don't care if I'm sitting here in front of you selling you a burger at fucking In-N-Out. I've done well. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
misunderstanding what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say here. I'm
No.
awesome.
No, I totally understand that because like this town is basically built of transplants, you know. But being
Yeah.
like a local, dude, it's crazy, man. Like I'm from Venice. If you would have told me that an app that turns hot bitches into barnyard animals would take out Venice Beach, I would have told you were fucking crazy. But
What?
Snapchat did it.
Right.
Oh, okay,
right.
thank you.
Snapchat
You're
fucking
right.
did it.
Yes.
I literally like when I was growing up, Venice was the poor side of town. It was affordable as fuck.
I know, what the fuck?
dude.
I moved here like 4 years ago and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
The real walk of shame in Venice is literally like dragging your luggage over the homeless people that used to live in your Airbnb. Like that's the sad truth of Venice. They call it Silicon Beach, and like it is. Like every single person, I think there's like a gold mine around there because everybody's wearing miner hats, and they're like, it's like the thing. Like it's like Sunday, I'm gonna wear my fucking gold miner hat. Like I look so fucking cool. Look at me, and they're kooks. They are what we hated as fucking kids who grew up in Venice and Santa Monica, and like I grew up in the south side of Santa Monica, so I grew up in Dogtown, but in the 90s, 20 years later. I didn't even know it was Dogtown until the fucking documentary came out. When that
You're like,
movie
see
came-
boys in Dogtown, though.
Dude, I skateboarded. I did all that, but like we knew of it, but like I didn't know the full story until that shit came out. Like it was what it was.
I know.
For
I mean,
me, fucking Venice is actually what turned me off to LA at first. I had a buddy of mine from high school who moved out to fucking Venice. Him and his brother were living.
How long ago?
This is mid 2000s.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Oh, yeah, when it was full swing, still Venice. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So I came out here from Chicago to visit him. He's like one of my guys. They're living in a converted 2-car garage, paying $1,500 a month.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was reasonable. They're paying $3,000 for that converted fucking garage.
Yeah,
now. Like,
no.
Right.
If it's got air conditioning, if it has a window unit.
It's fucking ridiculous,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like literally
No,
everything is a fucking Airbnb.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's the only way you can afford it is to get out of it. The only
town
way you
is
can
dead.
afford to live there is
It's
not live there.
heartbreaking, really, to like walk
Yeah.
around the streets and like look everybody on their fucking bird scooters. Like,
Yeah.
"Neat."
I'm
And,
so
dude,
pissed because like growing up, my dad was like, I'm just like fucking gay, like weird little like hippie. I was just more than gay. I was a hippie from like birth. Like my dad used to give me that Carlos Castaneda like separate piece all about doing peyote and like killing the giant cockroach that is
Oh,
your
shit.
inner demon. He gave me that at like 6, and he was like, 'cause
Holy
he-
shit.
yeah, well, because I was like, this like
Well, at
hippie
least
dippy.
you were self-aware,
Right.
I'm sure you were like
I
you
knew
totally
that.
embraced the fact that you were gay.
I was, and
you were like
and
you were
everything else.
you were like I'm fucking
Well,
gay.
I mean,
so
also,
at what
like-
age did you figure out you were gay?
3. I was watching The Little Mermaid, and I remember thinking, I don't just want to be her, but he's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I hid behind the couch, and I watched The Little Mermaid 3 more times from behind the couch, and nobody knew why I was hiding.
And
it was like, yeah, well, I'm just, I know. Even at 3, I was like, I don't feel like I should tell everybody this. I feel like this is like a thing I should just
keep to myself.
I'm like, yeah, play it again. Don't worry about the rest. Fuck it.
The fucked up part about The Little Mermaid is all us hetero boys are like, oh, hot redhead with no voice? I'm down.
Yeah, she'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but her fucking pussy's gonna smell like fish, dude.
Oh,
for
okay,
sure.
yeah, and that's why.
No.
And that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
not like
Don't at me. That was completely a joke about mute women. By the way,
That was a mermaid. It's a fiction. It's not
it's
even
okay
real.
to come after her. She's
Jesus
not even
Christ.
real.
right? Don't come after us.
Everyone's
but-
so
but
sad.
yeah, to go back
after
my-
the mermaid. Call
Right.
me when you find her.
But my dad was like, don't worry, you're just like, he's like, you ever heard the story of the ugly duckling? Like, you're not a fuck up, don't worry. And he's like, one day you're going to move to LA. And it's like, because he used to be
He prophesied.
Yeah,
that?
well, he was a gigolo here for a long time back in the day with women.
Yeah.
Like he was like
That's
the
what a
kept
gigolo
boy.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do gays have gigolos?
No, I guess you're right. Yeah,
No,
it's all
they-
about-
Just a male
is-
prostitute.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
just,
male prostitutes and
you're
whores.
well, you're
right?
a twink, really.
You're
is
a
all it
twink.
is. Yeah.
That's like a midnight.
Wait, there's
snack.
no bear. There's no bear.
No,
male
twink
prostitutes?
is when like so you
Hold
go
on,
from
let's clarify for the audience.
okay, so you go
what's a
from twink to twonk to whatever it is
Hold
you
on.
are after that.
Hold on.
Wait, there's a whatever.
What's a
Like, come
twonk?
on.
So twink is when you're young and you're beautiful.
And you're skinny and you're all
You're
like
skinny, you're
no
probably
body
hairless,
fat, you're
no body hair,
hairless.
yeah.
You just got into
Twonk
town.
is where I am right now. The twink is twonk, and that is the space in
Matured.
between. Yeah, it's the space in between twink and finding out what you are now.
Okay.
Like you don't know if you're gonna. Are you gonna be one of the
Oh, so
animals?
it's like
Because
a-
we're not all animals. You can also be like a gamer.
Twonk is like a metamorphosis. It's
Yeah,
almost
well,
like
no,
a
it's-
cocoon.
It's like
you-
a caterpillar going
No,
into
no, no,
a
no,
become
no.
a butterfly.
No. You all are making it sound way nicer than it is. It is.
Oh.
It is sacrificing the fact that you are now
Not a
gonna
twink.
have to be a top.
Okay, all right.
Nobody wants like an old bottom anymore. So you're gonna have to like man up and figure out who you are.
Interesting.
You're losing. The bloom is off the rose. The old gray mare ain't what she used to be. That's what
See,
twonk
but
is.
business is booming for you guys because, like, being gay is more acceptable. Well, not right now in Trump's.
Yeah, well, I wish that came with like a
Well,
paycheck. So I wouldn't
well,
say business is booming. But,
but younger kids are realizing that they're gay at
They're
a
just
more
cool.
exponential.
It's more like met with "ooh yay" now than it was with,
rather
the slap
than
in the
like
face
join
before.
the Catholic Church. You know?
Or just straight out violence.
Yeah, or exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Your parents aren't disappointed anymore. Now they're like, "Oh, thank God he's going to take care of us when we're older."
If I
Right?
got the money.
He's not going to give us any grandkids, but he's going to take care of
Oh,
us.
he's gonna put us in his summer home.
if I had a kid and he turned out to be gay, I would be like, get in the gym. I don't
Immediately.
fat gay son. Yeah,
Immediately.
No, I want you.
Or you
to be
better lean into
I
bear.
want you to be the best twink there is,
Right,
motherfucker.
right.
I would say that to a straight kid too. Be like,
Well-
no, you need to be beautiful.
Actually, yes, I would too.
That's
My
true.
mother
Take that from
let
us.
me eat McDonald's. Like, dude,
Right, like
okay, here's
sugar
my-
sodas and
Dude, oh my
No,
god!
let me cut
Dude,
you all a
I
break.
eat cereal at all hours. I was the fattest kid ever, dude. I had no kid. Like nobody was like no.
No, but
Even
here's
she
the thing.
tried doing that,
I
and was
gotta
like,
cut
shut
you a
up.
break because listen, here's the thing. You can't expect straight guys to be as attractive as we are because you
Oh,
don't
duh.
go to the gym
Well,
and
we-
see naked women in the locker room. That is the only reason we work out.
That's fine.
You don't like immediately get laid in the locker room.
No. I know that. I know.
You know what I mean?
No. I get that. And then on top of it, I don't obsess on the male form.
Yeah, you don't even
guys
know
do.
what's hot for sure.
Yeah, I don't
know
even-
exactly
don't-
how I'm supposed to look.
I don't even care. Like back to the whole like chick thing. Like
Right.
I'm old. Like ladies, it's not that I don't care. It's just I don't care. It's like Al Bundy. But look, when I
Whoa,
was,
Al
hold on.
Bundy had fucking Peggy, and
Hold
she was
on,
fucking
hold on.
hot as shit.
I'm
Well, and
gonna
Al
make- I'm
Bundy
making-
was a total fox.
Fox. Listen, this is my point. When I was a kid, I never understood why Al didn't want to bang Peg.
I still
She was-
don't.
I still don't either.
You know what? At the age of 37, I fucking get it. That's
You
why
grow
I
into that.
don't care. I just put my hand in my pants
Yeah.
and I want to watch Discovery Science. BattleBots is on. I'm going to watch two fucking robots battle. to the
Yeah.
I would bang Katie Siegel right now.
I would bang
Dude,
Katie
me
Siegel
too. Have you
too.
seen her? She's hotter than she was.
Yeah, but
Hell, I'd
Kurt
bang Katie
Sutter
Siegel.
would kick our ass.
Yeah,
Kurt
that's
Sutter's the
true,
man.
that's true.
I'd take the ass kicking for it.
If Al
For-
Bundy
yeah.
was you actually, you know what? I met Al Bundy one time. I met Ed O'Neill, and I was working at a Starbucks in Santa Monica off of Ocean Park.
God, you would be the best Starbucks employee.
I was. I was the shift. I was the shift manager.
Me too. For like 2 years, dude.
Till I got fired for showing up fucking high on ecstasy, dressed as the Pope. But
I quit because I couldn't do it sober.
I got full on fired. I'll tell you the story another time. But
I'll tell you when you're older. Ask your father.
Ed O'Neill. So there was this restaurant right there that fucking Ed really liked going to. I don't even remember the name of it. This so long ago, and I never ate there. And Ed O'Neill really liked this restaurant, and he went in there, and I remember I was smoking a cigarette outside, and he came walking by, and I just looked at him, and I was like, "It's a good night, Mr. Bundy," and he just looked at me, and he was like, "It's a great night, kid." And just like walked into the place.
Keep your nose clean.
I did not. He was the coolest.
Yeah.
I don't get starstruck. Like I do in my inside. I'm like, oh my God, I fucking love you for no apparent reason, even though I've never met you before, but you've just affected me. And like I kind of like I don't want to bother them. I'm like, you know, like if there's the chance that like we exchange something, I try to make it simple, sweet, and I get it on with it. I'm not like, let's take a pic. I mean, back then, I think I don't even think cell phones were a thing yet. Like, they were, but I think I had like a Nokia 5150 with like the detachable plate back then.
Right.
Do you remember those? I remember I had one that was like an airbrushed one, and it had like a weed leaf on it that I bought at the car show in downtown LA.
Yes.
And literally on the Nokia, on the screen, you could put like one word. You could be like Brandon's phone or whatever.
Yeah.
I put the Bud phone because I was selling weed at the time. And no joke. So this was back when LimeWire and Napster were a thing.
So all the viruses.
Yeah, well,
all the shit porn.
No. Before I had a separate computer that I killed with that. I wouldn't use the home computer.
Yeah, you always had to toss like a burner laptop.
Not always. Okay, there was a time when I was like 14. I was throwing a towel over it in the middle of the night on the home computer. It was fucking sad. Trust me.
That's how my sister found out I was gay.
Okay, so we've all been there.
I got you.
So whatever fucking I remember I downloaded so there's an episode of The Simpsons. It's the one where at the end of it there's this like blind guy and this drug sniffing dog like sniffs up the pot and the pot drops out and he's like it's medicinal. I got that because I'm blind. He's like, without it, I would go blinder. And whatever. At the end of it, during the credits, they were playing Jammin' by Bob Marley. And it was like Chief Wiggum and Lou, and they were all smoking the weed. And they have this whole like thing that they fucking do. Well, I had downloaded that and was like, playing it off the computer and then recording it onto my phone and worked in like, what's up, everybody? Chilling with Lou and Police Chief Wiggum. And I like hand it over and Lou goes, hello, everybody.
Nice.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like, I was like, yeah, we're just smoking weed. And then Chief Wiggum's like, shut up, turn it down. You know, I like this song. And I was like, oh, we pissed them off. Leave a message at the beep. And then I just let it play for like 4 minutes so that nobody would ever leave me a message. Yeah, that was the thing. That's how you did it. The thing, they would just get tired and you're like, all right, I'll just call him again. But back then, minutes were a thing. You didn't want to waste minutes.
Yeah. That was a genius idea.
Yeah. You just like, don't leave me any fucking messages. Text messages weren't even a thing back then.
I was so used to being in treatment that still, to this day, my voicemail now is really long. And it actually just sounds like you call like a clinic or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, para español.
No, mine's like, you've reached 310.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm completely automated.
Mine starts off, it's like, if this is a life-threatening emergency, please
personalized.
hang up.
Text me, motherfucker. I have an iPhone, okay? Don't send me no green bubbles, okay? I only
Speaking of
fucking
treatment,
blue.
I want to know, like, when did you get clean?
Oh, okay. All right. He's like, let me take a shot. Let's get into it.
Right. As we get drunk.
I was actually drinking shitty coffee there since we're talking.
Whoa. My coffee's shitty all of a sudden?
Well, no, it's cold.
I want everyone to know this motherfucker gave us a French press.
Okay. My favorite part of AA is shitty coffee and fucking and cookies.
This is definitely not AA.
No. And let's cheers to that. Okay. I just want to say, on behalf of any sober person you might know, don't hand us heroin or meth, but otherwise don't hold back.
Yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh, I can't drink in front of you." No, you. I prefer you had a good time.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, go to town.
Like first off, if I was sitting here fucking shooting something, then it might be an issue.
That's a little triggering.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I'm not into needles, you know. That's not exactly like an avenue I
Tetanus
ever want
too
to go.
many times.
You know, I like smoking things, but I'll pass on smoking crack. I smoked
If you
crack on
don't mind.
accident once. I did. I smoked a bunch of primo fucking roaches out of this drug dealer's ashtray, and he was like, "Is your throat all numb?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "It's because you're smoking crack, bro." And I was like,
It's like that scene from Training Day. Like, I didn't know you let me get wet.
I had no clue. I had no clue.
God damn.
I did. And
No, that was
after
actually
I-
the first time I ever fucked with hard drugs. Was somebody was like, "Oh, hey," like they call it partying. I did not know, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you party?" And I thought balloons and streamers. So I
Right.
was like, "I love a party." And then he was like, "Do you smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Let me get you a pipe." I'm thinking it's weed. I'm like, "Yeah." And then he hands me the pipe, and then I'm like, "Where's the weed go?" And he's like, "Don't worry, it's already loaded." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I took a hit, and he's like, "By the way, that was methamphetamine." He didn't even call it like some cool drug. He was like, "That was methamphetamine." And I
It's
was
like full term. Like,
I literally looked at him and I go, "Well, here's the next 5 years of my
Yeah.
life. I guess
Well,
let's do this."
You know, I've accidentally done. I've snorted meth and I smoked it. Dude, same as heroin. You know, like that high is
Boom.
everything.
Yeah.
So just stop now.
Yeah.
You're ahead.
Yeah.
Like it's like
You're
it's
good.
like
You're good.
it's like the lottery. It's like winning the lottery the first time you buy a ticket. This is as good as it's gonna get. Okay, don't fucking spend any more fucking money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So I've always walked away from that. I liked acid.
Acid's amazing.
You know what? I tried acid one time. I did.
Really?
And
Well,
nothing.
hold on.
The only thing that happened was I was playing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to reach into your brain.
No, but nothing
Hold on.
happened.
Hold on. No, okay. I need to reach into your brain.
All right.
What, the thing that you put in your mouth, what did it look like?
It was a tiny little piece of something that looked like a piece of paper.
Okay. Was it like kind of like a thick paper, like fibrous?
It was very thin.
No, not thick, but not like Xerox paper, which is thin. But
Yeah.
it's a little bit
It was a
thicker.
little thicker than that,
And a little
yeah.
fibrous.
Yeah.
A little square. Did it have anything on it? Did it come from a sheet with like
I don't know where it
picture
came
on
from. Somebody just handed it to me.
What was on it? Nothing. No print. Nothing. Not even
No.
like
If
a
you're
little,
going to a place where you're telling me I got scammed, I am already willing to believe that.
No, okay, but not like a little piece of like a puzzle. Like that's what a sheet.
No,
is.
it looked literally like a piece of lint or something.
What color was it? White,
Beige.
beige.
I'm just gay enough to say a word like
That's fine.
beige.
Oh, hold on. And you did one?
Yeah, well, I did one, waited an hour, and did a second one.
Yeah,
that's
the
a bad
problem.
plan.
Yeah, dude. First,
Well,
off,
if it would have worked, it would have been a bad plan, but it was fine because nothing happened.
You felt no body high, nothing.
I giggled once at something that wasn't funny.
that ain't shit. Like, an hour in, you should have been feeling something.
yeah.
Or seeing something or something.
No. First off, that's a very common misconception. You don't like aliens don't drip out of the ceiling.
That's
and,
more
like,
of a shrooms
No,
thing.
that's just a bunch of bullshit. Is what it is. It's like
Well, that was mushrooms.
It's like flashback. No, mushrooms are very visual. Their shapes and things happen. Acid. You can look at someone's face, their eyes will start moving, like one up,
melting,
one
yeah.
down, and like things kind of move because you're not putting the pieces together right the way your
brain's not firing quite
Right.
But still, your brain's firing in this way where it's connecting these pieces that normally wouldn't be connected.
Okay.
You literally like. It's crazy, man. When you do acid, you'll have these fucking epiphanies where you've been lying to yourself about something, but you're just super honest at the moment. And you just kind of realize you're like, that's complete bullshit. And I need to stop doing that. Dude, right now, there's a lot of research going on with acid, hallucinogens, mushrooms in like psychotherapy. And
The
dealing with
FDA
people.
approved mushrooms for depression treatment. I feel a depression coming on really bad.
Are you so
Absolutely.
sad?
I'm so
Are you
sad.
just so sad?
I'm so
Are you
sad.
like-
I need all the mushrooms.
Yes, you're like full-blown evanescence.
See, that's the thing.
just-
All the mushrooms. Hold on. I like smaller doses of things because I always say you can eat more, you can't eat less.
Agreed.
So I like to do it. But then again, when it comes to acid, I usually take 6 hits.
Just balls to the wall.
No, I just know my body size. I know how much I like. I know what level I want to be at.
There you go.
Do you remember the rumor that was going around like in the 90s where like you take so many hits of acid, you're clinically insane?
Yeah, it's total bullshit.
You're right, completely.
It's
but
total bullshit.
that definitely was going around when I was a kid. And we're the same age. Like,
me too. I used to brag about it. I've done over like 600 hits of acid, so I'm always like, I'm like 6 times the legal limit.
There was
like,
so much. I was just talking to my friend last night about all the like fucked up shit that was in the 90s with drugs. And I remember in every movie, if a dude did cocaine, I don't know if you remember this or not, he had one glassy white eye that had like lost its color. I've worked in treatment before. I have never seen someone lose their eye color from crack cocaine or coke. Or
you're not supposed to do coke in the eye.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking now. So the 90s were just full of bullshit.
Well, the 90s were so full of bullshit. They're like, if you have an unprotected sex once, you'll get AIDS.
Hold on,
Right.
that's true. And on top of it, like, well, thank kids. And second off, you can't blame the movie and kids. And you can't blame that like thing because you watched it on TV. So there was some fucking casting agent that was like, this guy with the glossy white eye looks like a crackhead. So you, you know, you.
I'm not even mad. They were giving him an opportunity.
Absolutely,
right?
God bless him.
That guy probably got shit, and they were like, "You're a crackhead." And that guy was like, "I got crackhead.
I got a job."
Yeah, and you know, that guy
I'm getting SAG minimum. Woo!
I went to Juilliard and
that
finally
was
paid.
$800 a day. But it's good shit right there.
It's still good shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wanted one of those national commercials, but that's the thing too. Porn stars don't get paid, neither do regular stars, and not until you're like insta famous, then the tech companies start paying you, and they're like, it's like a whole nother thing.
I know. Ugh, it's a whole thing.
And in the porn company, it's a whole thing.
What super depresses me is there's some cat who has more Instagram followers than I
I know.
Yeah. I don't try to compete. I'm 37 years old. It's like
do. I'm not trying to compete, but I'm just still like, really?
Oh,
Your
it's-
fucking cat
look,
is more entertaining than me?
It's so much
Yeah,
more than
but-
that, too. My most recent video I just put out, 50,000 views. I don't know a single fucking thing I'm supposed to do with that. Because it's so much more than just getting the followers. You got to get the followers, then buy the followers, then this, that, the other
See,
thing.
I'm not-
I'm
I'm
just
not
good at funny. I'm like, I was a fucking acting major and I didn't finish. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? Like,
Be funny.
Should we plug
That's
our
it.
Instagrams right now?
right?
No, not quite yet.
No, I don't know. About
No. That is coming very soon. Don't worry. When we get to the end of the show, I will happily ask for all your Instagram, all your Twitter.
Cool. We'll do that.
Mine's a little funny. It's just a lot of mermaids as well. Just be ready.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
That's my least favorite song from that movie. It's like how Santa Claus feels about Jingle Bells.
Yeah, but the Jingle Bells still promotes him.
It's true, I guess. You know what? Whatever. Hashtag under the sea. Follow me on Insta. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
No, we're gonna do that at the end. We're making them wait for it.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys
we're-
still listening out there?
We're edging them
Yeah.
towards the fucking social
Exactly.
media.
If you're listening right now, grab your cock or vagina and scream at the ceiling.
Or your oversized clit.
Yeah, we can't hear you though, but do it.
I feel like I hear them.
You can at me with that.
I feel like
you can at me with your oversized clits.
Yeah.
Well, I think
that's
we're
fine.
definitely like teasing them because we keep going back and forth between talking about like fat pussy and then at just about the time they're about to finish, I'm like, yeah, let me tell you about what kind of cock I like, and it's just back to starting all over again. Sorry about that, guys. Just hang in. I'm making this better for you in the end. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's
There's going to be such a payoff.
That's hilarious.
Actually, one of the things we talked about off air is your pearl necklace.
Oh, right. Yeah.
we gotta
all
bring
these-
this up, like-
so I got these tattoos
It's
that
elegant,
are like,
I must say.
Thank
Right?
you.
It is
Appreciate
beautiful.
my pearl necklace.
I
I wore
do.
this for you
I
all.
do.
No, I got on my neck because I am that hipster who's got a fucking ironic neck tattoo. I don't let me throw stones from my glass pipe.
I have a neck tattoo. It's just on the back. I'm super white.
Yeah, that is. Is it just the color red?
No, it's a barcode.
Oh, that's super white.
Off of a Mexican Coke bottle. I was gonna get Coca-Cola tattooed on me. I was gonna do that, but like then people would be like, "Really, Coca-Cola?" And I'm like, "I know." I was gonna get Coca-Cola on my fingers because it's supposed to be a tough tattoo.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah. No, I mean, I
kind of
feel
throw
you.
it
I have-
away. You know,
I have my Native American
But
name
I
on
was
my-
like,
on
I was
knuckles.
like, maybe you should just save your fingers. And I still haven't tatted them. I'll do that when I'm fucking rich and famous, along with my platinum teeth. But I was like, I wanted a barcode on the back of my neck, and fucking, I got the Mexican Coke. And the dude, when he was doing it, he was like, "You want to change the numbers?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to change the numbers."
6969-420-666.
No, that's my email. But it's actually 2 sets of 6 numbers, and it's the left side's my birthday. It's 080781, And then the second side is 420 24/7. So it's my weed.
So it is in there.
It's my weed tattoo because my mom made me promise when she paid for my first tattoo when I was 18. She literally was like, "Look, I'll pay for your first tattoo if you don't get a tattoo before you turn 18." Because I lived in like Santa Monica and Venice. I lived on the boardwalk.
Yeah,
like,
they're giving them to kids.
They didn't give a fuck,
Yeah.
bro. They're
Yeah.
fucking dude. If I can't,
Yeah, like
get
little
you have
girls
money?
with tattooed makeup.
yeah, you got money? Here
Right.
you go, kid. It was the 90s. Nobody gave a shit about nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, I like when we did that whatever fucking I forgot what I was talking about. I'm drunk.
I'm drunk.
Alcohol on this show, never.
6969420.
No, but like I waited, and my mother, she made me promise before
Yeah.
getting that tattoo. She was like, look, I love you. You can do whatever you want. Just please don't get a pot leaf tattooed on you.
Right.
I was like,
Just-
Mom, I promise I'll never get a pot leaf
If you
tattooed.
get
on
a
me."
weed tattoo,
so that's
make it clever.
That's my weed tattoo, and I
Yeah.
just hit it in there in cereal form.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask. We're gonna get back to your next tattoo real quick.
Sure.
What was the first tattoo you got?
Yeah.
It's actually this one right here.
Describe it for the audience who on the audio format.
It's a lion with like kind of like a fucked up face. It looks like shit. And then there's fire coming out from its fucking flames, but they're like totally free-handed and look like more like stripes
Seaweed?
on like maybe seaweed.
Yeah.
But then there's the sign of the Leo in there. So like it's like it was the first tattoo. I literally was woken up by an uncle who just fucking poured a fucking glass of fucking wet cold fucking water in my face and was like, "Wake up, you're getting a tattoo."
Okay.
And he was in the Navy. He had tattoos, and I was super into tattoos. And we went in, and a large man named German, who was Mexican, tattooed me
Mexican named German.
at Oceanfront Tattoo in Venice Beach, California. Great place. German doesn't work there anymore. I heard he got lit up on the 4th of July over an ounce of weed. So the guy who did this tattoo is dead now. So I'm actually incorporating it into a
Did you kill him?
No, I didn't kill him, but I just heard that like he's gone.
Allegedly, he died.
Right.
That's what I heard. And
changed his name.
condolences to his family
Yeah,
if they're
yeah.
listening. And fucking the man was awesome. Actually, he was the first guy who taught me how to set a tattoo. You guys ever had a tattoo set before?
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
So this is a cute little joke that tattoo artists like to do. With they're like, they'll finish the tattoo and you're like, is it finished? They're like, no, you just got to set it first. And they just fucking slap it.
Oh.
And you're like, ah!
Damn.
Yeah, dude, some say it
got
causes
mostly,
infection, but, you just clean it off. You're all good. You just had a needle in you 1,000 million
Yeah.
times. It happens.
I mostly have Disney princess tattoos, so nobody's ever thought to set one of those before.
I don't know.
So which one was the first one for you?
Oh, God damn.
I've thought
All
about
right.
smacking around a couple Disney princesses. I'm a sick fuck.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to get
imagine.
kicked out of Disney World like that.
I don't go to
right.
Disney World.
We got a lot of companies.
I'm a Magic Mountain man, okay?
We got a lot of companies that could sue us for this whole set. I love it.
They're not.
Well, that's why you
Disney's one of them.
signed waivers before you got on.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
yeah.
Sue them.
All right. So
Sue them, not me.
yeah. My first tattoo. God damn it. All right. So I wanted to. I watched the movie Moulin Rouge, and I thought that would be what like sex work in general would be like, just a party all the time, right? So I was a stripper for a little bit, just a little bit.
You want to be a courtesan.
I wanted to be a courtesan, and I wanted I intentionally wanted a penniless artist of some sort to save me. So I was literally just baiting myself for Pretty Woman. Like I was like, well, I can't get saved if I'm not a horrible like destitute courtesan first. So
Were you rocking those thigh-high boots?
I mean, I wanted to, but I went to a male strip club to start off. Let me tell you what, nobody goes to a male strip club looking for anything that looks like Moulin Rouge. Just a heads up.
Boo.
It's way more like an episode of Cops.
I don't even like straight strip clubs. I
Yeah,
couldn't
they're
even
definitely-
imagine a gay strip
Right.
club.
I only go to
no.
them if I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
It's a lot of overlap. Same shoes.
I don't
but-
dig that.
So I ended up getting a fucking quote from Moulin Rouge right above my dick because I thought it'd be sexy to have something artsy, but nobody wants anything artsy above your dick in a male strip club.
All right, let's see it.
It says,
let's see it.
"You won't fool the children of the revolution."
Let's see
Oh
it.
my God.
Let's see it.
know.
Let's see it.
There you go. There you go.
Holy
Look at
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's not terrible.
It's in that nice old English script too that was so popular back then.
Here, you want to see tattoos? Right here.
Oh, you got a Raiders tattoo.
shield and a Southside Santa Monica dog down fucking tattoo.
And something's happening on that Raiders tattoo. Is he wearing 3D glasses?
No, he's taken the mask off, and it's like a skull behind it. It's the real Mexican version of the fucking.
Shit.
But really, I got it when Al died. So that's Al keeping an eye on his team from the beyond. Yeah, Al Davis was the owner. He actually saved the AFL. So any fucking Bronco fans or Patriot fans out there that want to talk shit, he literally single-handedly saved your team.
So this is Brandon taking it back to sports where we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
There's two people out there that are like, fuck yeah.
No. Here's the thing. I want to say about sports. Like, I've always respected sports because I'm not one of those people that are like sports are dumb. Quite the opposite. Sports take too much for me to fucking understand. Everyone's like, football's real simple. You grab the ball, you go to the other side. The team's gonna bullshit because there's like first downs and Hail Mary blitzes and all this bullshit.
No.
And the moment I try to watch it, all that shit comes up. So what I've started doing now, and anytime I have to watch sports or I'm in a bar or something like that,
Just drink.
Scream when they scream.
Agreed.
That's
Just
it.
drink, bro.
Okay, well, I'm obviously
that's
not.
It. Just look, it's real simple. It's like religion. You pick a team.
Yeah.
And then you fucking argue.
Right.
It's fun.
No, it's also like
And
religion in that you just scream when everyone else
you
screams.
try to learn.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, you scream, yes, but still.
and also with you.
You hope,
That one-
you
that
hope
kind of
your
thing.
team screams more than the other team.
Right,
Because
right.
then you fucking win the game.
Right.
Right. So we'll tend you back to the tattoos real quick.
I need a beer.
Well, we'll pause half a second while you get a beer.
We don't even need a pot.
No, we'll just go. You get a beer.
Okay, that's what
Word.
we do.
All right.
Yeah, there's two of us still here.
Yep.
We can talk.
Yeah.
Like Brandon can walk across the apartment and get a beer.
I love the sound of Brandon in the background. Just
He's
hey.
like, thud, thud,
Right,
thud, thud.
right.
Across my apartment, he's like, I need a beer.
Hey, all you got is Michelob.
Now this place is nice. You got an inlay in the door. This place is nice.
This is totally off mic that I'm going to have to clean up and post. So my first tattoo, because we were all good,
Yeah.
is the skull and the sword right here.
Okay.
And then it got added onto.
Of course.
Very He-Man. Very
Wait, I
Skeletor.
can't see it. Your mic's in the way. The skull was the first thing you got? Dude, that's dope.
That's a nice one.
So this is all the same tattoo artist for the whole thing. Like,
Where'd you get it? Here in Chicago? Or
Chicago.
Here? Chicago?
Yeah.
and on the ridiculous tattoo front on like the chest, I have this.
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh my
that's
God!
so
I want a
great.
picture of that.
That's amazing.
That's incredible. That's the coolest tattoo I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's really cool.
Dude, that is so good.
Yeah.
So for the audience at home who were on a fucking audio format,
Right.
it is my NC-17 tattoo for crude humor, language, and drinking.
Yes.
Oh my God! I want to steal that. That's so good.
I've had that tattoo for over a decade at this
Oh,
point.
that's so cool.
I love that.
And what the shitty
Back
part
when
is,
NC-17 meant
Really
something.
Right?
meant
Right, yeah,
something.
dude.
what's fucked
People
up?
lost their mind over that shit.
What's fucked up is originally it was supposed to be NC-17 for crude humor, language, drinking, and graphic sexual
Yeah,
acts.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't all fit in the box, so I
Yeah.
dropped the graphic sexual acts for some reason.
Well, because I feel like the rest
You know
is
what? Hey,
implied.
hey.
Like you're
It's a-
typically going to see that tattoo while you're in the middle of a graphic
sexual
sexual
act.
act.
Yeah,
So
you're not exactly typing it on a computer, you know, like
What?
you know, you're running out of space. Doesn't matter. I never noticed that.
The artist who did it, like, felt like it was a shitty tattoo. Like, he gave me so much shit, like, for getting that done. I'm
He
like,
didn't give you shit. He just felt bad, right? He did it.
he did, but he
Yeah.
felt it was a shitty tattoo.
Well, then give me a discount.
Wait. So you kept it out of the entire plan altogether, or you just ran out of space?
I ran out of space. Like, we ran out of space like, when we were planning it out.
Well, then you don't want to have like an extra line that throws it off
Yeah.
visually. Nobody's reading it anyways. They want to visually see it.
Right.
So
That's why graphic sexual acts got dropped.
you were right.
You know,
He's,
just-
dude, he's
No, but I mean, the whole tattoo, like, every part of it.
I'm not going to take no lip from no tattoo artist, okay? Like,
Every part of it he felt was
I
shitty.
pick it, you
Keep
stick
going with the theme and then get like the video game warning for graphic sexual violence.
TVMA.
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah,
I mean,
or get TVMA on one side and then like the
I know
parental
that's a
warning for
fucking
the other
bomb
one.
ass spot to have it
Yeah.
too.
well, this is what I call my truth in advertising tattoo.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. I
Like,
love it.
hey, ladies, this is what you get.
Trust, I started
up.
with the shield, then I added this, and now I don't know what the fuck else to do. I think I'm gonna get like the long name for fucking Los Angeles is like La Ciudad de Los Angeles, down la pequeña. It's like this whole fucking long
I
thing.
didn't
I want to
even know
get.
that was a thing.
Yeah, it's like 27 words long. It's
Yeah, fuck
ridiculous.
that.
No, it's kind of cool, but like I want to do, I literally want to do Los Angeles across my stomach, like Thug Life.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll get around to
Or
it.
like you won't fool the children of the revolution, kind of. I've heard that's a pretty tough one, too. I don't know.
I want to make that mistake again, too. I think tattoos should be mistakes. I think they're moments in your life that you'll always
here's that.
remember.
I 100% agree with you.
It's-
I 100% like
it's
they
your
are reminders
tattoo.
of where you were at that
Yeah.
point when you
Right.
got them.
Yeah.
You should never get a fucking cover up.
Never.
Yeah,
Be
no.
like,
You could build on.
Well, here's the thing. I
look
still
at this.
think-
Look at this one. This one's
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's just old.
Well, I got it in while I was in Miami, and I was like, I was stuck in Miami for 6
That
months.
is such a Miami tattoo.
Yeah, that's
too.
really-
Right.
Yeah.
I love what
That
it says.
might as well be the Golden Girl.
Yeah.
That's how Miami that is.
I was stuck in Miami for 6 months. I'm like, I'm getting a tattoo to remind me while I was stuck in Miami. And it says
Yeah.
one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite movies, which is, paranoia is just reality on a finer scale.
Oh, totally.
From Strange Days.
That's awesome.
It's from Strange
That's
Days.
awesome.
But yeah, the script is pretty bad. It bled together.
Yeah, there's no fixing it either. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
But still, it could be better than half the hipsters in this town who have like a fucking hot dog. I saw a guy who had a Master Shake tattoo on his fucking
Yes,
thigh.
I love that,
I
though.
love
That's
I
great.
love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. But like really? That's what you decided on your fucking
I see
thigh?
all my tattoos. I see it like I make fun of that one, but that's one of my favorites because here's the thing. It's like to me, I'm a parent, and I can make fun of my dumbass son, but I'd still die for him. You know what I mean? Like that's such a
for sure.
No, absolutely.
To me, that's like, and I like that the sexy is above my dick because it's like, while you're sucking it, remember, I'm kind of a Burning Man sort of guy. You know what I mean? And suck this Burning Man dick.
He's like, yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah. You've been using a porta potty.
Yeah, you look like you sell crystals. Do you sell crystals?
I do.
I have to tangent real quick.
Yeah.
Because you have declared that you're a bottom. For me, when I get my dick sucked,
While he can.
Right. Till I'm too old.
when I get my dick sucked, like a few minutes into it, I'm like, yeah, I want to fuck now. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
when you get your dick sucked, it's like, do you want to get your dick sucked to completion, or
Here's
do you
the
want to
thing.
get your dick sucked to like a few minutes in, like, no, fuck me now?
I have literally
so here's the
never
thing, like,
come
I-
to a blowjob.
I-
Like, they can suck for 45 fucking minutes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
don't
can we
even-
fuck already?
I
Like,
don't feel that much.
yeah, I mean,
No, here's
You're
the thing.
way too
Look,
patient than I am. Like,
no, some of them really like it. And they're like, and you're like, all right, you fucking done down there?
I'm too
Like,
old for this shit.
Yeah, like, I
Right.
want to grab you by your hair.
I'm too old for
turn you
this
around,
job.
Fucking shove it in you. and
pull your
like,
Murtaugh.
Yeah, you know, get rough.
No, I want to preface by saying this. Look, I God delivered, I signed. So I'm just as like, what the fuck as everybody else when they hear this. It's not something that I was like, that's how I want to be. But I literally have never seen a thing in my life and thought, I want to fuck that. Isn't that weird? What a waste. You know what I mean? Because I'm well endowed. And I do not understand why I want to donate it to an Asian guy so bad. Because, like,
you like Asian guys?
No, I'm saying I
No,
want to give
he's
some
like,
of this
he's
big
like, he wants
dick.
to be, you know,
Oh, you want to
I want
pass
to
it
give
off?
it to somebody.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah,
and like,
wouldn't
what the
that be nice?
And so, like, there's all this stuff you're just accepting as you're going through
Yeah.
puberty, and that
So-
was one of them. I'm like, why? To me, the one time I tried to top, it looked. I can only describe it as a deer trying to get into the back of a pickup truck. Just, I mean, legs
trying
going
to-
everywhere, hooves, just, you know,
dick's got
a lot
legs
of
and
bouncing.
hooves.
Did you just split some dude?
I
Like,
know.
No, I'm
it
talking
is.
about that was my body. I looked like it. I didn't know how to hump. I didn't know how to thrust.
you gotta grab the hips. You gotta grab the hips.
Well, you know what? You can talk about how easy it is, but until you're there, you don't know.
Hey, I've been inside people before.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
But see, that,
I mean, as on this side of things.
No,
imagine
exactly.
just like a skit. Like imagine just like one of the Olsen twins really trying to just ram a guy with a strap on. That's sort of what it looked like. It
I mean,
was
if there's
bad.
money in it, I'm into it.
That's a threshold that straight men just will not pass. It's just it's our thing, you know.
Getting-
like yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a fucking a rite of passage as a gay man. The first time you get fucking turned out, same way a fucking chick does.
Right.
It's just straight men are like, I want to do that to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some gay guys that are like, I want to do that to you.
Yeah, I married
But-
one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like. It's just the way our brains are wired, you know. Like
Yeah, I can only imagine,
I'm
like-
never gonna excuse being straight the same way I would never want somebody to excuse being
No,
gay.
and
like
listen,
that's
I
your
want
life.
to go on the record as saying I would have absolutely zero interest in anything but if I was straight man. Like,
Yeah.
don't let me throw stones here. I would not be like, yeah, you know what? If I was straight,
Hey,
I'd be
hold on.
open to it. Why would you go up the? I mean, unless
Have you
you're
ever
into
fucked
it,
a chick?
I've never fucked anything. Why would I start with chicks?
Breaks. You've never been inside anyone?
I would you remember when we were talking earlier about how like it would push and rope?
Yeah.
One time I tried and literally it ended in laughter.
You've never fucked a dude before?
Not successfully.
Holy shit.
This is
we gotta buy you some Viagra and we gotta make this happen at least once.
I was actually on Viagra. I powered through the Viagra.
But you're well endowed, bro.
No.
I am not.
God is a comedian too, folks.
So what you're saying is like you can keep it hard for a dude blowing you, but you can't get it hard for penetrating a dude?
That's about it. I know. What bullshit,
That
right?
is a Greek tragedy, right?
What bullshit.
Dude, I feel for you.
I know. It's a struggle.
I feel bad.
No, I don't even feel bad for me. I just feel bad for some short dick motherfucker out there who needs what I've got. I want to give it to him.
I'll tell you right now. Listen, I promise you right now. That's some intimate shit I won't tell anybody you ever told.
Yeah, it just happens to be recorded.
This is between just us three.
And the internet.
All right, just us three and the internet. That's it.
The internet's whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just blown away. Literally, like the reaction you're having right now is the reaction I had for about 3 years while I made sure that was the case. Like, really?
That's crazy.
I can't fuck anything.
So what happens if like a dude's blowing you and you're like, I'm rock hard, and then you just go to pop it in?
That was, this is all kind of off the table now because I'm married. But back in the day, this was how it went. The one time I was like, you know what? I'm really feeling this. This might be the day. What if this is the day? What if this is the type of guy that I was looking for? All right, the stars are lined up, and it was like my dick ended up looking like when you try to give a dog a pill. Like he just put his head up and was like, no. Like the closer I got to the
peanut
hole,
butter need to be involved.
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, peanut butter it's a great natural lubricant.
It was funny.
It's actually the only lubricant that NASA uses in space.
Like imagine.
I actually pulled up an article about that while we were doing this podcast.
I'm just kidding. It's not. It's whale blubber.
There's a whole
Do we
thing.
need lubricant in space?
Yeah.
Is there?
Thing?
Well, yeah, for like satellites and
Oh,
telescopes
okay.
and
I'm
shit.
like, all right.
Whale blubber doesn't freeze, but water-based lubricants do. But there's lots of spaces. An asshole is a space.
Well, what kind of women are you dating?
Yeah. No, I would just wonder. I love the silence that fell. The asshole is
assholes with space in it. I mean, it stretches open. You know.
It does?
Yeah,
Does
you
it?
Can, you can fit all sorts of things in there.
What?
Yep.
Like Tonka trucks?
Yeah, and it touches poop sometimes. Should we talk about poop on dick?
We talked about that like an hour ago, and then we totally segued away from it. So, I'm willing to double back to it.
If you want to circle back to the poop on dick thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
What was the first time you got poop on your dick?
So, I hooked up with this performer who got super embarrassed when she shat on my dick.
Okay.
As you
like,
do.
hold on.
As you do.
Shat.
Yeah.
So, like,
Shat upon.
it like, okay, so imagine your penis is a die inside of a Play-Doh ejector.
Okay.
Okay? So did it shat around the penis outside onto your dick? Or were you fucking her in the ass and you just had some poop on your dick?
I had some poop on my dick.
Or did you feel like an invader in the hole?
I pulled out with some poop on my dick and poop on her sheets.
What? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. That's fine.
That's standard. That's
Yeah,
standard.
exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't bummed out. She was much more upset about than I was.
Yeah, well, you know.
I literally went, I'm going to go shower now.
Yeah.
You know
well, no,
that-
I mean, that's the thing is that, like, I've been in that situation before, and, like, you're profusely apologizing, but the thing is also, like, I feel like no one should have an apology in that moment. If anyone should, I feel like the receiver of the apologizing should be, like, the person who just shed on you. Because here's the thing that's
No, there should be no
traumatizing.
apology. Like,
There should be none.
We're
Like, we
humans.
just- yeah.
Like, poop comes out of dick.
It
or
should be
poop's
like a
coming out of
oop.
assholes.
Hey,
not out of
hey,
dicks.
hey,
But what's disgusting, the most-
shit happens.
Right.
You know? Like-
Exactly.
No, but the most disgusting moment,
Exactly.
as the asshole in this situation, the most disturbing part is that there's always just the most horrifying 2 to 3 seconds of your life when the person fucking realizes that they're shit and you don't, and so you're still moaning.
Yeah.
And then for at least 2 seconds in the duration of your life, there was a moment when you were really into some poop shit.
So first off, yes, that is a very interesting predicament.
You got to
be
think
in.
about that, you know.
And shit happens, dude. Listen, it doesn't depend because really you could be wearing a condom or you could not be wearing a condom.
That
I remember
doesn't affect it,
I
yeah.
fucked a chick wearing a condom one time. I pulled out and the shit was like caked on there and she was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Dude, I went over to the fucking sink, fucking pulled out the condom, washed my dick off, pissed in the sink. did my fucking business. It's no big fucking deal, okay?
You're playing butthole roulette.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's loaded.
That's just
Sometimes it's 0-0.
Right. Yeah.
That's just it's what you do, you know? Shit happens. It's no big deal.
yeah.
Right.
Now, sometimes that's just the way assholes do, you
Yeah.
know? But you gotta asshole the asshole. So whenever I get shit on my dick, I try to wipe it on like a teddy bear, you know, like fucking just wipe it down.
See you and
that
raise
works
you.
for men and women, okay? Because
I have a teddy bear right now.
And-
How many men
okay.
have you been with that have teddy bears in the room?
this one, I brought him to your show.
I have more of a menagerie.
He bought me special underwear that
Yeah,
involves
yeah.
coconut oil that I
tell you
didn't
what.
I didn't add to it.
That was exactly what I
I didn't
texted.
read
He's
the
like
instructions.
He's like, "Hey, I'm on my way to pick you up," and I was like, "Where are the underwear I bought you?"
Yeah, and then Anthony Davis, at Anthony Davis, right, snuck that one in. Anthony Davis was like, "What kind of underwear is it?" I was like, "Dog biting underwear."
Yeah.
By the way, Pache's dog bit me
Bit the hell out of
bit
him, man.
me the first time.
Dogs are good judge of character.
Yeah.
Why is your Instagram private, by the way?
What?
Why is your Instagram private?
Oh, because I don't like fucking people.
A lot of dick pics. That's the transition.
I know that we're friends now on Instagram.
God Gnomes isn't. God Gnomes, my cartoon show that I'm doing is public, but I don't like people.
Can I have you talk about his Instagram for a second? I got to go change my tampon.
Fair enough.
All right, 1 second.
Man pond.
Man pond.
His butthole's.
No, I just thought it was kind of odd for like a public entertainer to have a private Instagram.
I don't like people. Like I mean, maybe I should make it. Dude, people keep telling me that, and they're like, "Bro, you're never gonna get verified." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't even care about that." Look. I do comedy. This is more for me than them. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at comedy as like therapy. I get to say terrible things, and people are like, I feel the same way.
Why do you think I do a podcast?
Right? I mean, like, I don't stare at my gun every night before I go to bed. You know, I like.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that?
No, you're not.
Whoops.
We should hang out more, buddy. We live right around the corner from each other.
Are you in Hollywood?
I'm mid Wilshire or whatever. I'm right around the corner.
Yeah, not far.
I'm a good drinking buddy. It's cool.
I'm down.
But, all right, cool. But either way, like I do it for other people. What I need to do is I need to do like a official Brandon Brocato comedy Instagram. But I just haven't gotten around to it just yet. I'm gonna do it. I'm lazy. I'm focused right now. So I have a. Have you seen the Gnomes or no?
I have not.
I have a cartoon show that I've been working on for a minute about a bunch of drunk, stoned, and tripping lawn gnomes that live in a trailer park in West Virginia, called the Gnomes.
I'll voice act on that show.
We'll save it for another show.
Done.
But still, I've been like really focused on that. Comedy right now it's therapy for me, and I like to keep it at that. You know, Pache's back, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Somebody said therapy.
He's like, I totally am so embarrassed about your bathroom.
Sorry about that.
But more importantly, when you do comedy, it's therapy, right? Like you're
Well, I mean, like, yeah,
it's free too, so we don't have to pay for it. So we get to go up there and just
And someone fucking pays you for it to a degree.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
Hey, $5 is still payment.
Looking forward to that.
Cool story, bro. I still got a job. But,
Don't we all?
you know, of course. But still, like, you know, that's the plan, is to sell out. You know, that's what I've always hated about people who are like, oh, they're a sellout. I'm like, isn't that the fucking point? Like, we tirelessly
It's called
work.
cash in.
Yeah.
To quote Metallica, yeah, we sell out every night.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
One more time for the cheap seats. Love that. Love that.
Right?
And when they say, was it Enter Salmon's the song that keeps their fucking pools heated, you know?
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
They're like, that's the song that keeps our pools heated.
I would never hate on anyone for being more successful than me or fucking making their money.
It doesn't make you any less successful.
Right.
That's what you got to keep in mind. Nobody
My
else's
thought
success
process is like, hey, if I am surrounding myself with more successful people, that only means I can be more
No,
successful.
absolutely.
Right.
It opens the doors, and that's really what life is about. You know, like they say, the secret, right? The secret is just knowing what you want. It's like when you
No.
go into a restaurant and you sit at the counter and you don't look at the fucking menu, and then the bartender goes, "What can I get for you?" Like, I don't know. Like, bro, you were literally
just
sitting
doing my
here for
voice?
3
Was that
minutes.
me?
You were like literally sitting here for 3 fucking minutes. You didn't look at that. You didn't think about what you want. I'm a bartender. Ask me what I want. What do you want? Shot of Jameson and a fucking Coors Light. I know that on instinct. How do you not know what you want,
All
even
right,
if I don't
Oh
have
no, 100%. When I booked you for the show, you're like, I'm like, what do you want to drink? You're like, Jameson Coors Light. I'm like, done.
it? Like,
Wait, you got to be
that's-
more clear because you're
easy to
saying
get.
that's the secret now, but we established earlier that the
But-
secret was anal sex.
No.
So I don't know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I mean, I'm getting
Jameson
like,
That
Coors Light
was-
leads to anal sex.
That was
Oh, shit, okay, never
my secret. This is the secret. It's the law of attraction.
I'm just making sure.
It's always been a thing.
Yeah.
The law of attraction is if you surround yourself with good people, if you're focused on a goal, what you know you want to do, and you
Yeah.
work at that at small goals every single day, eventually it will
It's
become
like-
your reality.
Good people that actually believe that they can succeed. Like, that's why I had to get out of Chicago. I love Chicago to death. It's home. But it is a town full of people who just are like content to work their 9 to 5,
Yeah.
pump out 2.5 children. It's a working class town. It's stagnant.
Wasn't the life for you. And we're not talking shit about you Chicagoan people. I fucking love you. I
God,
cannot
yeah.
wait to eat deep dish pizza.
Love-
I cannot
Oh, go
wait.
to Massa and Echo Park.
I'm going with you, motherfucker. How
Let's
about
do that.
Okay, me and you will go to Chicago.
Chicago's fucking
Well,
amazing.
I was
Chicago's
just talking
like,
about going to Massa, but
Well, eventually we'll be touring hardcore, and when we go to Chicago,
Yeah.
I'll call you and you come up. Okay?
oh, they'll kill you. They will kill you with alcohol.
No, they
Yes.
won't. Are you kidding me? Alcohol doesn't kill people. Weak people die. Ask
stomach
Keith
pump,
Richards. Okay?
Stomach pump.
Pump.
I mean, it's a goal. It's a goal.
I'm not going to swallow that much cum. I'm not little Kim. It's okay. Not to
I thought
mention,
it was Britney Spears.
No,
it's
it's champagne
little Kim.
and semen that they had to pump her stomach
yeah.
full.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not
Been
only,
there.
And not only that, too. I have an iron stomach, bro. I can eat pizza at 4 in the fucking morning, go to sleep.
Huh.
I'll wake up in the morning and be like, and I'm cool.
Oh, so you
dude.
can handle your cum.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. I said pizza,
Oh,
motherfucker.
sorry.
Pizza, cum, there's a difference?
And I don't,
Even when it's bad, it's good, right?
don't-
Hello.
Right.
Same.
I don't handle cum. I lick it up and spit in her mouth. We've already talked about that.
God, it's like I'm getting all these tips for
That's
like how
my
to be
move.
more romantic in
Hi,
my
Mom.
relationship.
Are you
know what I mean?
listening? I'm so sorry.
I mean, my mom definitely is. So
She created me, you know, like she, you know.
My mother doesn't know what a podcast is.
You know
I'm
what's
not gonna
funny?
tell her.
we can educate her.
We're good.
Your mom's not gonna listen to it.
No.
Oh, my mom's totally gonna listen.
Oh, my
to this.
gosh.
Dude,
Awesome.
You know what's hilarious is fucking like my first year of comedy. I fucking did this Facebook post where I just tagged a bunch of comedians who were super cool in the beginning that were like super supportive, whatever. And I did this whole long thing, like, you know, tearjerker, like, I really appreciate you people. And I posted it. And my fucking mom chimes in the fucking comments. She's like, hello, where's my thanks?
Ah.
And I fucking was like, Mom, you always told me I wasn't funny. That's not
That's your
how
thanks.
fucking encouragement works,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You're like, you should have been like, Mom, why should I thank you for you getting off?
Yeah.
You got off.
Dude,
I'm
seriously.
here.
Your mom just goes into comments and types "gay."
Oh, she would. She totally would. God bless her. I love her. She is the sweet. Actually, it's funny. So I've got the tattoo on the back of my neck, but I have another tattoo I want to get, and I want to get Alicia right here on my neck and like real gangster
You don't
ass
even
writing.
know an Alicia, do you?
That's my mother's name.
Oh, better.
Literally, and I told my mom that, and
Yes.
she was like, "Don't do
God
that." And I was
damn it.
like, "Mom, I can't help it that you got a fucking hard ass name tattooed on your
Yeah.
neck."
No, I think
And if everybody gives me shit, I'm like, "That's my mom."
any mother of a comedian is good because here's the thing: like you're not going to get your child to not need therapy. That's just not going to happen. I don't care. who
Right.
you are. But the best you can do is at least teach your child to laugh at how horrible it is.
No,
You know what I mean?
that-
My mom taught me. She's the one who she'd laugh her way through any damn
Yo,
thing.
my mom was the one who ruined Santa Claus for me. Like literally, like
She fucked him?
No, he doesn't exist, and you should know that you're a Jew. So
Oh,
anyway,
I just thought she fucked a mall Santa.
no. You know,
Been
so
there
when I was a kid, we weren't exactly rich, you know. And I started going to school with
Living in Valley, you weren't rich?
yeah, right. I know. In a condo in Pacoima, we were killing it
Whoa, condo.
Killing it.
Ballers.
during the
Yeah.
earthquake and the riots. But anyways, Whatever, fucking, I started going to school at this rich school when in like the first grade. I started going to school in Santa Monica in the first grade.
Yeah.
And my mom kind of like pulled me aside. She knew I was going to school with all these rich kids and shit. And she was like, she was in the bathroom, remember this shit. And she was like, hey, come here. And she was like, did you write your letter to Santa? And I was like, yeah, I did, whatever.
Damn it.
And she was like, look, you know he's not real, right? Like,
She lights a cigarette on the commode.
She wasn't.
Look.
She didn't smoke anymore. She had quit doing coke too.
So she said.
That's
So
why
she
she's
said.
pissed off enough to tell you.
She did. She's awesome. But no, she literally was like, look, I just want you to know that you're a great kid. And if other kids get more fucking presents than you, it's not because you're a bad kid. You know,
Aw.
like she was
Aw.
like,
Cute.
she's an angel. I love her.
Every now and then, I think it's good for
She's never lied to me once in my entire life.
I love it when white trash moms tell their kids that Santa's not real, only because they just want like the credit for how fucking hard it was to like. No, Santa's not real because the reason my fat ass is working twice at Piggly Wiggly every day, double shifts, is because you get these goddamn presents. And I'll be
Right,
goddamn,
I had to carry all this shit out of Walmart for you.
Right, I'm not gonna let you blame some Santa Claus on this.
For the record, there's no Walmarts in Los Angeles.
Oh,
There is one in Van
yeah.
Nuys. That is LA.
Yeah. We were in Santa Monica by the time that came out.
Oh,
There's one.
fancy.
There's one.
Fancy.
Oh, no Walmart. Must be so nice.
Yeah, we're fancy. We went to Target.
Okay.
Import our fine French goods.
Goddamn right. Got our
Yes.
pizza hoot.
It's a hoot.
Yes, in the front of the store.
God, all we had was Walmart. That's it.
So,
Yeah,
gentlemen,
I'm so sorry.
it's actually about the time I'm going to have to call last call. We're gone. We've run a long fucking show.
Have we?
All
All
right.
right.
Shit. Barely getting to know y'all.
I know. We could keep going.
Well, we can hang out for a bit afterwards.
Yeah,
Definitely. We can hang out
But
off air.
the listeners are gonna have to sign off. You know.
Because either we have to go for another 2 hours and I have to make this a two-parter, or we have to call it now.
Well, I have stamina like a motherfucker.
I'm getting a little sore.
So do we get to do our plugs now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually what
yeah.
happened
Is
to
that
last
what
call.
we're doing?
Plugs.
Sweet.
Yeah, pick that shit up off the floor.
Get your plug off the floor.
So, not this Friday, but next Friday, September 14th, we are me and Pache are doing the White Trash Comedy Tour in Riverside, California.
All right.
Brought to you by Balanced Pictures, the Buddy System, and actually sponsored by J. Riley Distillery and the Getaway Cafe at UC Riverside. Plus, we'll have a special guest band, which is Highway Zero, playing for us. Big Liam Brunley, Anthony Davis, Jeremy Moonbeam Pache, and Brandon Brocato will be doing the White Trash Comedy Tour. You can buy your tickets online. Look for our Instagrams. I'm at bmoneyWasHere.
And it's private, so you have to request them.
Right. Yeah, you gotta want it. You gotta want it.
And I will accept it. Trust me, I just don't like people, so I stay
It's private, but I say yes to everybody.
I say yes to the people who I don't know and I want to know.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Shit.
That's all.
Heads up, it is a judgment
That's
on
all.
who you are.
I got family out there. We don't like them, whatever.
I get it. Yeah, yeah.
But either which way, also hit me up at Gone Gnomes, GONEGNOMES.
I'm so proud of you for making it through that, man.
Fuck you.
He didn't quite make it through.
Put yours in. I said it. I did.
Oh, yeah, and then you can follow me at, it's Pache's word for it. Pache looks like pace. It's Italian, get with it. So it's PACES, word, and the number 4, and then IT, Pache's word for it. Take it like a man.
Oh, shit.
And you're all Matt Slayer's friends. We already know that.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
If you don't know by now, you can
Followed
find me
by, yeah.
at Matt_Slayer on Twitter. Matt
There you
Slayer
go.
on Instagram.
You never know. There, you might get like 3 a.m. and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You can find me on Matt Effin Slayer on Facebook. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter and Now We Drink on Instagram.
Oh yeah, and you can find me on MySpace at Brandon BRANDON _BROCATO _
6969
420.
Yeah.
You can find me at Matt's Failing Liver on MySpace. That really was my MySpace tag.
What was
Yes.
it?
Matt's Failing Liver.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's incredible.
with a picture of my bloodshot eye from when I puked so hard that I blew blood vessels in my
We
eye.
didn't even
Yes.
talk about MySpace.
You can
I
find
know.
me on
We never got
MySpace
there.
at the Not So Little Mermaid.
On the sea. On the
Still
sea.
smells like a fish.
Till next time. Keep
Night.
drinking.
Keep drinking.
Keep drinking.
Just keep drinking.
Hell yeah.
Call your sponsor.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.